And we on. Salute, fam. What's happening? What's happening? Byron Bradley, salute. He said, what up, my G? Blessed to be here. Blessing, bro. Salute. Great vibes, Ray. That's my boy, Chris. He said, kindly hit the like button. Most appreciated. Blessings, bro. Hold on real quick. Uh, Byron Bradley said, putting pressure on that like button. Most definitely appreciate it. Trey said he running a little bit late, but he will be here soon. Most definitely. Salute, fam. What's good with it? Man, ever since that old bad crow, man, I think I got food poisoning from that crow I got served that weekend. But no, I had a little issue, man. With my boy, man. Everything good though. Just being out of the loop, man. Out of the loop. A little disappointed, but he alright. Gil Cole, salute, bro. Said salute to the corner. But yeah, man, I want to get in here and chop it up with y'all. These bids, salute, bro. What's good with it? Uh, we got 20 fights on the card this weekend. Byron Bradley say, I can hear you. Okay, bet. 20 fights on the card this weekend, man. So make sure you get your picks in, catch up, get a little ground pulled your way. What's the least? Salute, bro. What's happening? I'll wait till the fellas hop on the panel to talk about it, but we definitely got Shakur Stevenson on the card, Frank Sanchez, Jared Anderson, Keyshawn Davis, Sebastian Fundora, Brandon Lee fighting this weekend. Some pretty good fights. Some pretty good cards, man. Dr. Soapy, salute, fam. What's good? El Fanichi, salute, bro. He said, chop it up, salute to the Bog family and the corner. Let's go, bro. Dr. Soapy say, salute Marlo, Trey X, and the chat. Salute. Gil Cole's talking to Byron. I'm going to need my 50. He said on June 17th. What's going down on June 17th? Gil? Hey, I dropped the link in the chat if anybody, any of y'all want to get on. I know newcomers, though, man. But you know, any regular people that come through, get on. Y'all more than welcome. That's for y'all. But I put the standings up. Of course, you know, I'm gonna have to start off with the stat tracker because you know your boy holding that down there. I got 7 of them. Oh, that go Trey right there. Salute, bro.
Salute, Mike. Check how I sound.
Oh, you sound good.
All right, that's a bet. I think I might have figured this shit out, man. I'm gonna cross my fingers. I ain't gonna get too cocky. I think I might have figured it out. You know what I'm saying? But what's up to everybody in the chat, man? What's going down?
Salute. Gil Cole said sources say EJ versus Spence on June 17th.
What you say, EJ versus Spence?
Yeah, I had to think about that one. Wait. Look at EJ. Are you talking about Thurman? Thurman versus Spence?
Fidel Finichi got his ghost smelling ass in here. What's up, bro?
He say Tank versus Garcia. Marlo, your picks. I got Tank by stoppage. Oh yeah, he said Thurman. Thurman versus Spence, June 17th. Oh, it's on then. Hey, yeah, I was starting off with the stat tracker because you know yours truly is holding it down with 7 of them things. You know what I'm saying? I might take another one. Last time I think I tied with somebody. Who I tied with you, bro?
Yeah, you tied with me. I got to give you props because last season I felt like I let you back in the mix because I changed some picks and shit. Because I should have been up by 2, but we ended up being tied. But this season you came back on your own and said, "Oh, y'all thought it was a fluke last season, huh?" Okay, let me show y'all niggas something then about these decision bonuses on them boards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was all tied for 6 for a minute. Then this week I pulled it off, man. I'm holding it down with 7. Derek Bailey got 6, and Lewis Rittner got 6. And then, of course, on the KO stat tracker, Joseph Brown up there holding it down with 8.
Hey, appreciate that membership from Christopher Journey. Salute to you, bro. Say
Most
salute
definitely.
Marlo and goat smelling ass Trey X in the gyms. Appreciate that, brother. And appreciate that super chat from D-Lo too. What's up, bro? I was talking shit
Appreciate
to
you,
him.
D-Lo.
I was talking shit to D-Lo earlier because he 0-3 right now with all our little personal battles that we've been doing. And he going up against Rod X the champ this week, so I don't want to see him go 0-4. So I need to see come back with something.
Hey, I moved up a little bit on the stats though, y'all. I'm in 35th place with 964 points in the overall standing. I moved up about them 40s, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, you missed a week here. You could have had you about 100 more points or something on the board.
Mm-hmm. I see Champ Ross in the number 30, Charles D 27, Gil Cole 26, Rod X 25. Look at that. The three and D-Lo. Look, D-Lo 24.
Yeah, D-Lo need to be ashamed of his second. D-Lo was in the team. Hey, appreciate that super chat for Christopher Journey, man. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate that shit. Said
Appreciate
always,
it.
family 100.
Most definitely. Mr. Gumbo, Hot Grease.
AKA I agree, bro.
Hey, I see you, bro. Bro on 8. Who I'm in? Napoleon in 16.
Yeah, Napoleon missed some picks and shit. Me and Napoleon going against each other this week, man. We've been putting matchups and shit together. Napoleon been abusing everybody. So I said, hold on, man. I can't let this man keep on doing my subscribers like that. He got to come see me one time. So yeah, we been talking shit to each other all on Discord, going back and forth. Just having fun with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Look, we got Derek Bailey 4, Joseph Brown 3, and our brother old Nick Harmer is holding down that one spot right now.
Yeah, man. I told them motherfuckers not to let Nick Harm up in the mix like that. That man already got a championship. He don't come to play. That's old man Harmer. They done let him get in first place, man. So shit, I won't be surprised if Harmer go out there and take it down. But shit, salute that. I mean, good luck to all the people that got action though.
Yeah, everybody finished strong. It's close too. It's 11 points is different.
Yeah, Joseph Brown, I think he like 21 points behind or something like that.
Oh yeah, you see the fight card? 25, 20 fights. 20 fights to pick from.
Yeah, we got a game to fight. I don't think I ever seen a lineup like this where we got big name fighters in like 17 out of 20 fights.
Man,
You
you
know what
see
I'm
that?
saying?
Got Raymond Ford in action. You got
Yeah, Raymond Ford, he
Shakur
going up
Stevenson.
against the Magdaleno kid.
Yep. Got Shakur Stevenson, Jared Anderson, Keyshawn Davis, and he fighting Anthony Yidgett,
Yep, that's an
Sebastian
Olympian.
Fundura, Brandon Lee, Frank Sanchez. Damn.
Big E in the building. What's up, OG? Salute to you. That's Texas Timbo. What's
Salute,
going
bro.
down? Yeah, we just out here kicking it, man, talking about some of these fights and shit. Talking shit. Where you was at off in the chat?
Uh, I had my last chat was El Fenici, I think. Right here, he asked me about the Tank versus Garcia. Gil Cole say Thurman. Gil Cole say my bad, typing too fast. It's all good. D-Lo came in, salute, bro.
Salute.
Appreciate that super chat too. El Fenici say salute. He said salute to my grandfather, Reverend Thomas J. Payne, R.I.P. Truly will be missed. Rest in peace, Pop, Grandpa.
Oh, that's your grandfather? Oh, man. I think he told us about him and shit, too, man. R.I.P. to your grandfather, bro.
Definitely.
I think he said that's the one that be putting everybody up on game to get your money right in his family.
We'll talk. El Fenici said appreciate that, D-Lo. Gil Cole said I got D-Lo out of there in the 9th round.
Yeah, he went out there and took care of D-Lo last week, man. I asked D-Lo to go out there and handle my lightweight for me, too. Because Gil Coles was talking shit, and D-Lo went out there and let me down once again. That's my boy, though. Don't get me wrong. I got love for D-Lo. D-Lo done held me down in a bunch of ways. But goddamn, he be letting me down. Every time I ask the man to do something, he do the opposite.
He said it's all good. Little shit talking don't hurt nothing.
Absolutely.
Gil talking to Mr. Gumbo. D-Lo said, yeah, I was number 13, I think at one point, and has dropped every week since. He said it's rough on the old boy.
There you go, cop and please and shit. Want to play the victim. Like Joseph Brown said, nigga, when that pressure get on him, he want to start playing the victim. We don't want to hear that.
Ernest Davis say, salute, family. Marlo, what up, little bro? Trey X. Salute, bro.
Salute. That shit probably fitting when he called me little bro, because my last name Davis, too. Real.
D-Lo 4 said, well, would Harmon be the first two-time champ?
Oh, man, I hate that man said that shit, man, because I was supposed to be the first two-time champ, especially last season when I came in second. But, yeah, he will be the first two-time champion if he won. I'm kind of salty and hating a little bit. But I like Nick Harmer though. He cool as a motherfucker, real humble type dude. He don't even talk shit. So yeah, if you go out there and handle that business, salute to him and congratulations. But I know he got some killers on his heels though.
Bring it on in, bring it on home. Hey, shout out to Chen Ross in the building and MZ in the building. Salute, bro.
Champ Ross in the building, motherfucking boy. Hey man, appreciate the Champ Ross for the work you put down, man. You changed the game.
Real talk. MZ say
Pecos Bill too. What's up, bro? Hey, we got a matchup this weekend too, because Pecos Bill, that's MZ Talk Boxing. If y'all don't know who I be calling Pecos Bill, he been talking a lot of shit about short people this and short people that, and he's 6'5" and all that. So I said we're gonna go ahead and make a matchup this week. We're gonna have tall people going against short people. So we had I asked everybody their heights, and we ended up with a 3-on-3 matchup. We got Joseph Brown, who is 6'4", teamed up with MZ, who is 6'5", teamed up with Gil Coles, who is 6 foot even, going against me, who is 5'9", with Napoleon Armstrong, who's 5'10", and Derek Bailey, who's 5'8". And I say that the short team is a minus 500 favorite over the motherfucker. We a 5-1 favorite over them people, man. We about to go out here and destroy these people. And then look, Mike Hennigan talking about he got $25 on the tall team with MZ because he an OG. Shit, Yasa didn't waste no time jumping on that bet.
Hey, MZ, salute, bro. He said, what in the butter toast is going on, family? Well, it's great. Salute, bro. Just in here chopping it up. Gil Cole said, how y'all like the new and improved AJ?
Yeah, that's a good question. We break down the fights that took place this weekend. How you feel about AJ's performance against Jermaine Franklin?
I ain't even get to check him out, man. I had some family matters to take care of.
All right, I watched it though. I mean, all right, we had a matchup with a shaky 5 going against a 3.5. So Jermaine Franklin was a worthy opponent. You know what I'm saying? And AJ, he looked like a guy that's been changing trainers. It looked like he was kind of unsure of what he wanted to do. But you could see that he was clearly the more talented fighter. That's why I like to look at their pedigrees and shit. And he was able to use his length to his advantage against Franklin. Franklin was having a little trouble getting past the jab and stuff. AJ will hit him with a right hand every now and then. He was hitting Franklin with uppercuts. He was landing a bunch of different punches on Franklin. He had Franklin kind of busted up at the end of the fight. I have respect for Franklin too because he showed some toughness, man. Because a few of them uppercuts, they buggered his knees, and he ain't go nowhere. He ain't even drop. You know what I'm saying? He stayed right there the whole time. But AJ, like if I go back to the AJ that fought against Dillian White, where he just seemed like a killer to me. Like he would hurt Dillian White and he'd be smiling and laughing at him and shit. I don't think that AJ is there no more. I think this is an AJ that want to be more technical because he don't like getting hit no more. He kind of remind me of Jerry Hurd because for a long time Jerry Hurd would walk through punches, and now all of a sudden Jerry Hurd want to box and shit because he don't want to get hit no more. I think ever since AJ took that left hook from Andy Ruiz, it kind of made him leery of taking punches, and he trying to be smarter and fight from the outside and all that kind of stuff. But I give him like I give him a B minus, C plus B minus type of performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check it out. Everybody saying salute. MZ say, big bro, what up? They talking to Ernest Davis. Chad Ross said, salute Marlo Trey. Everyone in the chat, salute, bro. Ernest Davis, yeah, he talking to Ernest Davis. MZ said, my condolences to your grandfather. How if you say, wow, go on here.
Why?
Chopping it up, talking punching, boxing, man. What's good though, bro? Appreciate everyone's noticing. Most definitely. D-Lo say, nah, no victim here. I just fucked up. I just fucked up a good run. I was doing good though. I was doing good. Thought I was on my way to the top 10 and fell off. That's on me.
All right, that's what's up. We like accountability on the block.
Standing on it. D-Lo say, his old ass used to be 6'5". That shit jumped on me. The He said his old ass used to be 6'5". That as that as asperosis got his old ass.
Osteoporosis.
Huh? Osteo.
Osteoporosis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
osteoporosis got his old ass down to 6 feet.
Yeah, that's that bone disease and shit. So he old as hell. He done lost that height. But we still gonna put him on the tall team because he been talking shit like he tall.
Look, Dino say so my he said so my ass at 5'9" didn't make the damn team. What a shame.
Nah, it ain't like that, man. I just went on ahead and took the highest ranking people, and I know well, actually, Napoleon ranked ahead of Yasser. Now that I think about it, because I thought Yasser was ranked ahead of him, but Napoleon is a 4.5, so I had to put him on the goddamn team. So yeah, I just went on ahead and just took the strongest people that I felt like. I guess they do sound fucked up, huh? Like you wasn't strong enough to make it, huh?
Hey, nigga, I be saying Trey, your mic switching up like more than Asian money.
It is.
It was at first. It'll go like low and then come back in.
Oh man, I thought I
Uh,
had to figure it out. That's why I said I ain't gonna talk too much shit.
Champ Ross said, "Thank everyone for playing this season." He said, "Everyone is welcome back the next season." He said, contemplating the start date might take a week off, slow week, and start week one. Tank Garcia weekend. Sounds about right." MZ said, I'm taking the short route to work right now." Okay. Hypey say, "You being funny? I just got that shit." Hypey, oh, I seen that one. Almond Brown, salute, sis.
I was on Angel in the building. What's up with her? I don't even see her.
She said, "Hey, fellas, Trey X, bro, Marlo's Corner, chat, and mob. Blessings, sis."
Oh yeah, I see her right below hyphy. Talking about my microphone.
Yeah. D-Lo say AJ actually fought better from a technical standpoint in the Ruiz rematch when he gave his best Chris Beard impersonation, and motherfuckers lost their mind talking Ali. In his opinion, of course.
Yeah, that's the fight where he used more legs in that fight. He used the ring more. In this fight right here, he stood more in front of the guy. But this fight right here, he weighed in more than he ever weighed in for a fight. So I wasn't surprised to not see him doing a bunch of moving.
MZ say, "Who?" Out. Byron Bradley say, "Salute to the entire chat and panel. Salute, bro."
Salute.
Say, "I hope AJ stay with James. The more he changes trainers, the more he hits the reset button." He also said, "I will be back as usual." Bet, bro. I'm all caught up. Hey, hold me down real quick, bro. Run up here and open this up.
All right, that's a bet. Hey, if my audio going up and down, man, I apologize, man. If my shit just start fucking up, y'all let me know, and I'll try to make an adjustment. But of course, we also we had a bunch of good fights this past weekend. But the Isaac Dogbo versus Robeisy Ramirez fight was a pretty good fight in my opinion. They went out there and had they had some real good action in that fight. One thing I'm noticing about some of the Cubans, some of them are like one-handed type of fighters, like a Guillermo Rigondeaux, for example. He set you up with the lead hand and hurt you with the backhand. I see a lot of that from Robeisy Ramirez, but he's a very talented fighter, especially with his timing. The way he was timing them left uppercuts to the body on Dogbo. But Dogbo showed some toughness. A lot of people thought he was going to get knocked out. I picked the fight to go the distance. I took Ramirez by decision. But he went out there and beat the guy. Dogbo and Barry Hunter, once again, they made a pretty decent team. Only thing, though, Dogbo wasn't listening to Barry Hunter because he was telling him to circle to his left away from the left hand of Ramirez. I think if Dogbo would have listened to Barry Hunter, that would have been a better performance from him. But he showed some amazing toughness because it was a few times I thought he might get stopped. But shit, he showed that toughness, man. They hope. My boy Derek Bailey up in the building. What's up, bro? Salute to you. D-Lo said, "Hey, if I didn't make the cut, it is what it is. Take the best of it." That's what I had to do, man. I had to go ahead and come with the starting lineup. I mean, just think about it. We got 2 people in the top 10. That's me and Derek Bailey. And we also got somebody that's a 4.5 that done won 3rd place before. I had to run with that lineup. D'Lo said it was only messing up when you were breaking down AJ's performance. That's what it was. It was only messing up when I started talking about that shit. I actually did watch the fight though, so I ain't no just talking out my ass. Pecos Bill said, "Who can't reach the top of the refrigerator?" Hey, y'all come to pay for all of those words this week because y'all got a hell of a matchup against y'all. I'm talking about we got Joseph Brown, MZ Talk Boxing, and Gil Coles going against me, Napoleon, and Derek Bailey. Man, come on. Y'all boys in trouble. D'Lo said Laura was one at times as well, but Laura, bad motherfucker. He was actually a fighter that I was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? But I know that it's more pronounced for Rigondeaux, so I just pretty much stayed with him. But yeah, I see that shit a lot, man, and I definitely see it with Robesi Ramirez. And I guess the same thing could be said going into this matchup with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, because a lot of people look at Ryan Garcia as a one-handed fighter. But in my personal opinion, I think it's a lot different when you rely on your lead hand instead of relying on your backhand. Like Rigondeaux them, they'll set you up with the lead hand and hurt you with the backhand. Ryan can set you up and hurt you with the lead hand. I love them fighters that got their lead hand education. Like when I talked about Barney Ross. Also, Joe Brown. Scrapbook had told me some fights to watch with Joe Brown. And he's another one of those lead hand educated type of fighters. And I see a little bit of that in Ryan Garcia. I don't think he get enough credit for that shit. I think it's going to be a good fight. Byron Bradley said, what y'all think about AJ performance? We had just broke it down, brother. I gave him like a B- for like a short little version. D'Lo said, yeah, Hunter was actually telling him he was fighting a one-handed guy. Yeah, he was. He said, we don't lose to no one-handed fighter. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Barry Hunter, after watching his two last fights with Isaac Dalbo, he done moved up the ladder with my favorite coaches, man. I ain't lying. I love listening to that dude talk. What he told Dalbo, stop tripping over your damn feet and let's go to work. You know what I'm saying? He had me ready to go to work. Let's go to work. Rod X the champ in the building. What's up, bro? Salute to you. Ivy say, I also enjoyed hearing Barry yell, switch to the other side when Isaac would go southpaw. So you tell him to get out that southpaw stance. I was definitely wondering why he was doing that shit. I mean, you going up against a career-long southpaw, and that's not the angle that you used to fighting from. I just knew he was going to get lit up when he went into that stance. But it didn't go as bad as I thought, and I think a little bit of that has to do with a lot of that took place later in the fight. I think it's when Robesa Ramirez started to slow down and some of the steam came out the punches. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely a good performance by Ramirez. He actually one of my favorite up-and-coming fighters, man. I like his personality. I don't even talk like that very much. But like when he do his face-offs and stuff, I like how he be looking up at them motherfuckers and smiling at them because he know he about to come do something bad to him. You know what I'm saying? I like Ramirez. D'Lo said, I think he got excited and was moving around a bit. I don't know. It really ain't got nothing to do with it, man. Whenever I be like fixing it, it be like the plug-in parts. It might got some debris in there or something that I need to clean out. Pecos Bill said, wow, we so nervous. All right. You ain't got to be nervous to take ass whooping, OG. Y'all gonna learn to respect around here this weekend.
Derek Bailey, salute, bro.
D'Lo said, I don't see Ryan as a one-handed fighter. I just think he has a hell of a trick that he loves, but he has wrinkles. Now, I definitely see him as a bit of a one-handed fighter because every time I see him, he throwing the left hook, even in practice. I see him doing the body shot challenge, left hook, left hook, left hook. I see him hitting on the bags, left hook, left hook, left hook. I see him hitting on the mitts, left hook, left hook, left hook. I mean, what am I supposed to expect? Every time I see him knock somebody out, it's a hard left hook. I think he hit what's that motherfucker name? Shit, I can't think of his name. The one that quit. I can't think of nobody's name right now. Shit, I might not should have smoked that gas while I jumped on here. But it's a southpaw that Ryan Garcia fought. I can't even think of his fucking record, his amateur record right now. It's like 196 and 16 is his amateur record. I just can't think of his name. But he hit him with the left hook. Luke Campbell, he went to the body with the left hook. I mean, every time I see this guy doing something, it's with the left hook.
Hey, he also got a telling gaping hole in his offense. He dropped his hands too. When he throws his punches, he dropped his hands. So counter punch is definitely gonna be accurate. Miss Lex, salute, sis.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really like putting a lot of faith off into guys that rely on a certain hand. It's like Josh Taylor when he fought against Rigondeaux. I thought Rigondeaux relied on the left hand too much. I didn't think he had much of a right hook. So that's one reason why I just locked in on Josh Taylor like that. You know what I'm saying? But I still think it's a little bit different when you have a guy that's dominant with the lead hand instead of the backhand. But we gonna see though. We gonna see. But I know that lead hand education is a bad motherfucker. Like when you can throw combinations with one hand. That's bad, man. Touching with the jab, you hooking off the jab and all that shit. Hyphy, I think. Well, hold on. Hyphy said Robesi loves doing a crouching pose to intimidate opponents. His style may be annoying at times, but he has perfected it. Shit, motherfucker got down there 400 amateur fights. I haven't heard a specific record, but you know he a bona fide 5, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and the won all kind of other shit. Hell yeah, he a master in that ring. D-Lo said, I have always been super high on Barry Hunter. That's the only active trainer I have ever made a video about on my channel. Yeah, salute to Barry Hunter, man. Miss Lex in the building. What's up with you? What's going down? Rod X the Champ said, I got caught lacking last week. Now I'm back to spin a block on these, boy. Yeah, I put you in a tough matchup last week. That's why I had the odds at like minus 225 and plus 150 or some shit like that. I knew Napoleon was a bad matchup for you. I'm starting to think Derek Bailey done studied my style because he see all my picks because I see that he be hitting like and shit on Facebook. And his picks look a lot like mine because he ended up being a bad matchup for me last week. I think Derek Bailey done studied the footnotes. He done studied my style. For real. D-Lo said, looking at his pad work, I think we are going to see another one-handed Cuban when Andy Cruz turns pro. I won't be too surprised. But I really don't see it's like it seems like I see two different type of styles that come from Cuba. Like you see some of them that's more well-rounded, and you see some of them that's more one-handed dominant, like one-hand dominant. I wonder, is that like a geographical type of thing? Like if you come from certain parts, you got a certain style or something. I might need to look into that. So I might come back with an answer for y'all. D-Lo said Ryan is madly in love with that left hook. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, have you ever seen him hurt somebody with the right hand? I think the dude, hold on, what's the dude? What's the guy that Ryan Garcia knocked out a couple of fights ago, y'all? The Southpaw. He got a 196 and 16 amateur record. He kind of short. He moved up in weight. That's a goddamn shame. I can't think of this dude's name. That don't make no sense.
Boy that fell out the ring.
Yeah, the one that fell out the ring, he hit his head on the speaker and he quit against my man from Chicago, the Latino fighter.
I know he's tough. I can't think of his name.
Is a Fortuna.
Fortuna, yeah.
Yeah, Fortuna. Yeah. I just don't see Ryan hurting people with the right hand. I see him hurting them with the left hand. The left hook specifically.
Salute, bro.
Joseph Brown in the building. Goddamn me. What's up, bro? What you gonna do? You gonna come through a meal, dude? What you gonna do? See, he got him a shot at going to get him a chip this week. And look, we got 20 fights this week, man. You got plenty of room to make a move. So let's see what you gonna do. Derek Bailey said, yeah, I noticed that our picks are always similar. I'm just looking at a specific thing because you were leaning on the majority decision, and I be doing that shit a lot. I always be picking majority decisions. I was like, man, I think Derek Bailey been studying the footnotes. I think he done studied my style a little bit. Derek Bailey, yeah, that Javier Fortuna, that's what I'm talking about. D-Lo said, okay, talking to Derek Bailey. Hyphy say, Trey, fantasy fight prediction. Prime Gary Russell versus Robesi. Prime Gary Russell versus Robesi, man. Shit, you know I gotta lean towards that bona fide 5, bro. I gotta take Robesi Ramirez. I think he a naturally bigger guy than Gary Russell. Gary Russell, what is he, 5'3" or some shit? Southpaw on Southpaw. Gary Russell is very fast, very talented and stuff. He won the bronze medal at the AIBA World Championship, so I got respect for him. He done fought on the international level, but I just think Ramirez, his body of work is just a lot more, like as far as his pedigree. Yeah, I think I got to go with that guy. Even though I'm going against my normal philosophy, because I'm saying like I normally wouldn't take a one-handed fighter over a two-handed fighter, because I feel like Gary Russell Jr. is a two-handed fighter. But just looking at his size, man, he literally has been at 126 for his entire career, and he's a small 126 pounder. I think we've seen some of that against Lomachenko. But Lomachenko looked like he was bigger and stronger than Gary Russell, in my opinion. Yeah, I got to go with Robeisy Ramirez in that fantasy matchup. D'Lo said, I was talking to you, Trey. What you mean you was talking to me? I don't see what you're talking about. Joseph Brown said, Robeisy will keep getting tough. He's 30, and he's ready for them. Yeah, man, I like him as a fighter. I think he got a sinister personality to him, too. Like, he liked to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And he mixed up the left hand, too. Like, it ain't just to the head. He go to the body with it. He got a nice counter left uppercut when you try to jab him. And whenever you got a guy that got a nice foe and he can mix it up upstairs and downstairs, he can be real effective with that. That's what happened to Lomachenko when he fought against Salido. Salido kept on going to the body with the foe. That's the looping right hand and bringing it upstairs. And he kept on making Lomachenko guess. Like, he didn't know where it was going to go. He'll guess up top and it'll go down low. He'll guess down low and it'll go up top. You can be very effective with that, even if it's a pedigree and a talent gap. You know what I'm saying? Just little simple, little tricky shit like that can close the gap. D-Lo said Gary is about 4'11", build is 5'3". That's what I'm saying. He's real small, bro. I just think it'll be too much against him if he went out there and fought Robeisy Ramirez. But hey, like I said, though, man, it's kind of hard for a one-handed fighter to beat a two-handed fighter. So, you know, Gary Russell Jr. might go out there and beat him. D-Lo said, I be hearing folks talking about Keyshawn Davis needs to step up. Hell, I thought he was moving along pretty damn fast. Keyshawn Davis has not fought a fighter with a losing record. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I don't even think he fought no 500 fighters. I think every opponent he's had has had a winning record. So I think they moving him along at a pretty decent pace. And now he about to go into his next fight with an Olympic silver medalist and Anthony Can You Dig It Yidget. I know Yidget done been stopped twice. He got stopped well, maybe once, at least once. But I know he got stopped once coming off a layoff. I think that's when he fought Rolling. So let's see how he gonna be if he a little sharper and got a full training camp. He might go out there and give Keyshawn a test. You never know. Even though I'm taking Keyshawn by stoppage more than likely. Joseph Brown says Seth's beautiful hot traps and kind of left uppercut. I almost got Isaac out of there. He held on for dear life and survived. And plus, he had a coach that wasn't trying to hurt nothing else. When they was going into the championship rounds, I thought I saw Dalbo get hurt a few times in the 10th round. So I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. But once they went into the 11th round, Barry Hunter was like, I need these next two. They let me know they was there to stay. You know what I'm saying? He said, I need these next two. Shit, they in that motherfucker to get the job done, even though they came up short. But they showed a bunch of toughness, man. These dudes that came up in weight. If I ain't mistaken, Isaac Dalbo done fought as low as 118 pounds. I might be wrong about that. Forgive me if I am. But I know he at least fought at 122. So this is a pretty small guy. What's up to Miss Geneva Warren in the building? Like I said last time, that's a very bad lady on that Champ Ross. I consider her the number one woman in the game. I ain't trying to just sound sexist because she kicks me in the ass too. As a matter of fact, she beating me this season. But definitely the strongest woman in the game, though. She be up in there competing and kicking ass every season.
Shout out to you, that Lisa Biles?
Nah, Geneva Warren.
Oh, that's her name on the thing?
Yeah, that's it. Look up there at the top. You're going to see her probably number 4, number 5, somewhere up in there.
That's right. Welcome, Sid.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Salute to Champ Ross, because Champ Ross, he be telling people to come check out the channel, and he be sending some pretty quality motherfuckers. He sending some champions and top 5 type people. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate Champ Ross for that, man. Real talk. She say salute Marlo Trex and everyone in the chat. D'Lo said Yidget took that Rolly Foul Fest off 1 week notice, I believe. That's what I was saying, man. I wasn't really just 100% sure about that, so I ain't want to just lean on it. But that's why I said he'll have a full training camp this time. Presumably he will. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, in Olympic silver medalist and stuff, man, I don't think you can just straight sleep on the guy. This is a step up fight for Keyshawn. I feel very confident saying that this is a step up fight for Keyshawn. D'Lo said, yeah, Dalbo was down there because there was a time folks were talking about him versus Rigondeaux. That would have been a good fight, man. You might have to take Dalbo against Rigondeaux, because Dalbo gonna bring that pressure on. He's gonna throw punches too, and Rigondeaux like to be economical. Dalbo might outwork him. I think Dalbo might have beat him. Hyphy say, let's take a moment to acknowledge Joette versus Vivas, the co-main. I appreciate Hyphy offering her, man, because my mind is kind of blank on the fights that took place this weekend, even though I literally watched them all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that super chat from Geneva Warren, 100,000%. Hyphy say, let's take a moment to acknowledge Joette versus Vivas, the co-main. It was a classic Mexican-style brawl. I really enjoyed watching that fight. I enjoyed that fight too a lot, man. Only thing is, I had KO9 on the channel Raw, so I was a little bit salty when they didn't stop the fight after the 9th round, because that's when Vivas's face got real swole up. It looked like his jaw was broken, and it looked like his nose was broken at the same time. He was taking some hard shots from Joel Gonzalez, but he showed a bunch of toughness, man. That's one of the toughest fighters I've seen recently. Like, I just couldn't understand. Like, Joette knocking his mouthpiece all out his mouth, knocking it across the ring and shit. Like, man, but that dude was tough. He kept on fighting. Like, every time Joette did something, this dude would come back throwing punches. So the referee really didn't have an opportunity to stop the fight, because the dude kept on fighting. So, yeah, that was a great fight. And if they try to make that fight a candidate for fight of the year, I'm not even mad at it. It was that type of brawl, man. That shit was a fucking war. Salute to Vivas and Joel Gonzalez.
Throwback slugfest, huh? Hip hop number one. Salute, fam.
My boy Hip Hop number one. What's up, bro? D'Lo said Joette and Vivas showed some hellified toughness in there. More so Vivas than Joette. Because Vivas, he really not known for being a super hard puncher. He just throw a lot of punches. I think he averaged like 85 punches per round, they said. You know what I'm saying? So he was landing his punches, but it didn't look devastating. Joel Gonzalez, out of 25 wins, he got 15 knockouts, so he hit a little bit harder. So his punches look a lot more pronounced and just vicious. You know what I'm saying? Hip Hop number one say salute to the corner just listening in tonight. Peace and good health to Marlo and Trex, man. We definitely appreciate you, brother. Come through and fuck with us this weekend, man. We're gonna jump on the Shakur Stevenson and Joel Gonzalez fight. I really we didn't call the fight this past weekend, so I know Marlo been having some stuff going on, so I ain't really want to crowd him. You know what I'm saying? But I actually enjoyed taking the opportunity to just watch all the fights, because when we call fights, I don't really get a chance to watch them like that. So I had a great time, man, because I got up and I watched the UK fights with Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin, and I also watched the top rank card, man. I had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? It was that damn Fabio Wardley fight. He fought against Michael Coffey. That did me some good on the channel Ross, because I had that KO 4. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the referee that stopped the fight early. Byron Bradley said, fellas, I know this is off, but what did y'all think about AJ? I think he's timid. A top level heavyweight washes him. This man is determined to get us to talk about AJ again. Okay, I mean, he did look a little bit timid, but you can understand that, because he keep on changing trainers. He ain't really just locked in on nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? So when they in that situation, you can see fighters kind of second guessing themselves. But I still think he's a pretty talented guy. I don't sneeze at the win that he just had over Franklin, because Franklin was a United States national champion. He ain't no cab driver. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Jermaine Franklin came in good shape. I think that was the lowest that he weighed in his career. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my fucking phone on. Do not. Damn, I hate when people be not listening to what the fuck I be saying. Hell, I said I had a live stream today. Motherfucking texting me. But yeah, I don't sneeze at the win over Jermaine Franklin. But you know, AJ, to me, he just seemed like a guy that don't want to get hit no more. It reminded me of Jared Hurd, man. Jared Hurd walked through punches and shit for his whole career, and then all of a sudden he want to switch up and start boxing. I think when AJ took the left hook against Andy Ruiz, I think that changed him a little bit. And ever since then, he's been trying to box. Like he might not move all the time, but he definitely gonna stay at that mid range at the very least. He is not trying to get on the inside and fighting shit like that. Like think about the sequence that he had against Andy Ruiz in the first fight when he got dropped, because he actually had dropped Andy Ruiz. He hurt him real bad, and then Ruiz got up and AJ hit him with that lead right hand, and he kind of fell in with it, and they was in close, and then Ruiz caught him with the left hook out of nowhere. The same thing happened to AJ when he fought against Dillian White. If you go back and watch that fight, AJ got in close on Dillian White. I think he might have threw a right hand. I can't really remember, but I know Dillian White countered him with a left hook and hurt him real bad. He don't want to go through that no more, man. This man is in his 30s and shit now. He's sleeping on silk sheets. He got a nice life. Everybody is nice to him and praise him and all that kind of shit all the time. I just don't feel like he got that type of shit, that grit in him no more. I don't see the same Joshua that fought against Dillian White where he was grinning every time he hurt White. Every time he hurt him, he smiling and shit. That sinister Joshua. I don't see that no more. That's what I said earlier, man. I said it again for my man Byron Bradley. Pecos Bill, okay, say salute to everyone. And a short team as well. Yeah, we some minus 500 favors, though. Y'all boys in trouble, man. Joseph Brown said Joe Webb going to keep getting action fights. He maybe get a shot fighter in a couple of years. He may be a shot fighter in a couple of years. Too many wars would shorten the lifespan of his career. I mean, I guess you can consider that fight right there a tough fight. I mean, it was a guy that was throwing a bunch of punches and shit, but he wasn't really like a power puncher though. Like Joey Gonzalez, if I look at the Navarrete fight, like Navarrete got a bunch of knockouts on his resume. What he got? 39 wins with 31 knockouts or something like that? Look at the way Joey Gonzalez looked at the end of that fight. He was busted up and fucked up at the end of the Navarrete fight. I haven't seen him look like that in other fights. I don't think the fights are quite as tough. Like, I know they tough fight. This is professional big-time boxing. But I think it's levels to it. I could understand if he was having them Navarrete level fights all the time. I just don't see that. Even when he fought against Shakur Stevenson. What is Shakur Stevenson? 19-0 with 8 knockouts? It ain't like he fighting a lot of people with a bunch of power. You see what I'm saying? That's my thing. But he did have a tough fight against Dogbo. But even that fight, I didn't feel like he was just taking like a hell of a lot of punishment where it might change his career or something. Hell, that was a fight he could have won. But we'll see, though. You might be right. Joseph Brown said it's going to take at least another 2 fights for AJ to fully learn, to be comfortable with what he's learning. I like that he's going to take a week off and come back to Dallas and keep training. Yeah, that's a good sign. He's going to get back in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he done found what they're looking for, man. Because like he said, he can't keep on changing trainers' head. He's going to be confused. Byron Bradley say you own it. All right. D-Lo said, from my vantage point, much changed about AJ coming off the Vlad fight. He went in a killer and came out a businessman with a scalp. That's when he said Wilder had too much experience for him, etc. Okay. Say that the Klitschko fight might have changed. He took some hard punches against Klitschko. Then Klitschko hit him with a lead right hand and drop him. I think Klitschko dropped him with a lead right hand.
Straight or lead.
Yeah, something like that. So you might be right. I just the reason that I would disagree with you is because I seen Joshua take chances after that fight. Like I said, when he fought against Andy Ruiz in the first fight, he took a chance in that fight and paid for it. Since that fight, I don't see him taking as many chances. You know what I'm saying? Like against somebody like Usyk, he had an opportunity to take chances and get real rough and nasty and physical with Usyk. I don't think he took advantage of that opportunity. I think he tried to fight Usyk and beat him at his own game. He tried to be the chess master at chess. So that's why I think that fight right there against Ruiz is when we saw a difference in Joshua. Big E said, who do you think will win out, AJ and Wilder? for the longest, man, I've been leaning towards Wilder. I just felt like AJ is kind of robotic a little bit, and I feel like Wilder got more like a free type of style to where you don't necessarily know what he's gonna do all the time. And I thought that he would find a way to land the right hand on Joshua. You know what I'm saying? But just looking at it, like I got a 5, a shaky 5 going against a 4.5 on my scale. Joshua do throw combinations and all that kind of stuff, so I think that'll be tough on Wilder. But just looking at what they got inside of them, I think I would have to lean towards Wilder, man. I just think he just a naturally nasty, meaner motherfucker, and all he got to do is hit you with one shot. Like Joshua, I know he known for having power, but to be honest with you, I don't think he got as much power as they say he do. I think he got a lot of TKOs, like the fight he had against Carlos Takam. I think that fight could have been stopped early. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a sign that maybe he don't hit quite as hard as people think, and I definitely don't think he hit as hard as Wilder. Wilder can hit you with one shot and fuck you up, and I done already seen Joshua ain't just got the greatest chin. So if Wilder catch him, man, I think it's a chance he could fall and not be able to get up. Who would you take in that fight, bro? AJ and Wilder?
I still take Wilder. I think it's a couple factors that play a part, and I think controlling the distance better with the jab. I think Wilder is the one. He set up everything with the jab. Um, uh, AJ is trying to get better, boxing, but he's not the best boxer in the world. He's more comfortable in the mid range. That's where he landed his most devastating shots. I don't see him landing no devastating right hand off the jab or setting nothing up off the jab like Wilder do. So I think and Wilder do a better job staying up out the mid range, and I think that's going to be dangerous for AJ. Trying to box, trying to get off those combinations, taking the right hand on his way in, or a left hook like I forgot the boy name, but Spilka, left hook like Spilka, things of that nature. It's a lot of different things. AJ gonna have to face stepping in there, stepping in front of Wilder. I pick Wilder by stopping.
Yeah, and plus, like we just seen Wilder have a lot of success against different styles, except for one style, and that's that Tyson Fury where you got that big physical pressure fighter that got the length and shit too, and got great skills. And he stepped to Wilder, he stepped to the line. I don't know if Joshua got it in him to step to the lion the way that Tyson Fury did. I don't know if it's smart for him to just post up at the mid range and fight this guy. I think he'll give opportunity for Wilder to find the right hand and get good extension on the right hand too. He might be able to step with that motherfucker like he did against Spilka. Not Spilka, but Brazil. You know, he stepped in with like a 1-2. It might have been like a hybrid 3-2 type of combination, but he stepped with that motherfucker. Bam! He fell like a sack of potatoes. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said Klitschko landed a picture perfect 1-2 and dropped his ass in my Trey X voice. Okay, it was a 1-2. Joseph Brown said Wilder wins if they fight next. Hyphy say I missed the AJ that made Brazil put his hand down at their fight announcement face-off. I missed the AJ that made Brazil put his hand out. I don't think I seen that. D-Lo said Joshua versus Takam and Parker was totally different. That's how mean he was versus White, and his tenacity wasn't what it was versus Klitschko. But yes, that Andy fight done even more. I think I'm with you on that, bro. D-Lo said, I think Wilder beats AJ until Wilder isn't Wilder anymore. That matchup is very favorable for Wilder and always has been, in my opinion. Rod X the Champ said, I favor Wilder over all the top heavyweights with the exception of Fury. All the top ones, except for Fury. What about the youngsters that's coming up, though? Like Philip Ergovich? How about Bakadir Jalalov? How about Big Baby Anderson? What about them type of guys? Because, you know, they started to make their presence known. What about, how about Joe Joyce? Like, you know, it's some pretty bad motherfuckers out there in the heavyweight division, man. We might not be giving heavyweight enough credit. Because we sitting up here, we talk about all these weight classes, 135, 140, and all this kind of stuff. Heavyweight got some talent up there now. And they got a lot of Olympians, AIBA World Championship medalists. They got a lot of talent at heavyweight right now.
Hey, I was just thinking this in the boxer's mind. typed it in the chat, so I'm just gonna go and put it out there. I think this is a crazy tough matchup for Wilder. But what do you think? I'll give my thoughts after you though. But he said salute Marlon and Trey X. Who do you guys think wins, Wilder versus Joe Joyce?
Yeah, that's the what is that? The unstoppable force against the immovable object. Wilder got this right hand, but he gonna go against the juggernaut. Juggernaut got a hell of a chin. He really one of my favorite fighters, man. I always liked the Juggernaut. Even though when people were talking about he was slow and all that kind of stuff, I ain't give a fuck. I like Joyce. And I like when he come out wearing the Juggernaut outfit too. You know what I'm saying? But man, Joyce, he got the style that's like Tyson Fury. Joe Joyce can step to you and go get the line. He got a lot of belief in his chin and shit too. Got a high work rate. He gonna be putting that pressure on y'all night. And I done seen Joe Joyce break men in that ring, especially in the amateurs when he was fighting against very talented people and he was just putting that pressure on their motherfucking ass. And he wasn't even the same physical Joe Joyce that he is right now because he was actually skinny back then. This is an even more imposing Joe Joyce now. I'm gonna be real, man. I think I gotta lean toward Joe Joyce if he fight Wilder. I think Wilder might catch him, he might knock him out because you know Wilder always got that escape hatch. But man, Joe Joyce is a fucking monster, man. And like I said, I done seen him break men in that ring. So I got Joe Joyce. Who you got in the fight, bro?
And that's crazy because I was after seeing how Fury juggernaut at Wilder. That's Joe Joyce style, and he got a hell of a chin for it. And then he throw recklessly. Well, he gonna land behind the ear. He gonna be looking for those catching Wilder in those mistakes, turning his head type of situations, and getting caught behind the ear or some shit like that. I think that'll be a tough ass fight for Wilder. My question is, can he walk through that right hand? If Wilder land that motherfucker clean, can he walk through it? I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to probably get served crow. I'm gonna pick Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Because that right hand ain't failed so far. But I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Joyce pulled it off. You know what I'm saying? Stop Wilder.
Yeah, I won't be surprised either way, bro. Like you said, I won't be surprised if Wilder catch him with the right hand and knock him out because Joe Joyce has actually been stopped before. He got stopped in the amateurs. I can't remember the name of the guy that stopped him. It was one of them Eastern European names, but he been stopped before, even though he got up pretty quickly, but he still got stopped before. So it's a chance that if he take that right hand versus Wilder, he gonna feel it. But if he can take that motherfucker, Wilder is in trouble. And then once he get in close and they get in the clinch and he gonna be leaning on Wilder and shit, cause this dude is a big guy. That's a lot of weight. They get the wrestling and shit. That wouldn't be a good sign, a good time for Wilder. He had to catch him on the way in, man. And I hope he can knock him out if he do.
Shout out to the Boxers Bond. Hey, who you think will win though? Hey, shout out to Tone Bangers in the building. Big Boy Boxing stepped in the building. Salute, man.
Salute, salute, salute.
Yeah, Boxing Bond. Who you got in that fight?
Pecos Bill said, I got Gil Coles and Jay Brown. I think I'm good. We about to break the bank. All right, we gonna see OG. Yeah, chickens that came home to roost, all that shit you been talking, lady. We sure about to find out. To be honest, I thought that Napoleon was gonna be like a 6'5" type motherfucker. He just seemed like that. I was shocked when he said he was 5'10". I said it's over. I swear it's over. Joseph Brown said Big Baby is coming. Oh, you talking about Jared Anderson? I don't know why I started thinking about the other Big Baby, even though you know he back in the mix too. But yeah, Jared Anderson, I think he's very talented. He just needs to stop switching. I don't know how far he's gonna go if he keeps switching, but if he master his orthodox stance, I think he can be one of the very best. Hyphy said, tell me what y'all think about this. A jockey is only as good as the horse he races. Derrick James has been fortunate to work with some very talented and high-profile fighters. But this is the thing, though. We don't say that shit about the other trainers that get the accolades. It's just like a coach. If you coaching Michael Jordan and you coaching Kobe Bryant and Shaq and Scottie Pippen, you're gonna win some games. You're gonna win some championships. What trainer is out there winning Coach of the Year and all this shit without a good fighter? What coach is taking a C-level fighter and making him win multiple championships and all that kind of shit? Every coach that get accolades works with talent. So why do we gotta point it out about Derrick James? You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said AJ was chumping Brazil off from the jump. That shit was sort of embarrassing. Okay, I ain't even see that shit. Big E said, I like Big Baby too. Yeah, he got some OG. You know what I'm saying? He was a national champion and stuff like that, ranked #1 in the country. He didn't fight international, though. So to be honest with you, I got them other guys ranked ahead of him. Like Philip Bergovich, some motherfuckers over there fighting in the Olympics. He fighting against Joe Joyce in the Olympics and shit. You know, he fighting in the AIBA World Championships. Bakhtir Jalalov. I can't put Big Baby ahead of them because I got them ranked ahead of them on my scale. Big Baby is a 3.5 and these dudes are 4.5s and 5s. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for him, but I still got him like third place when it comes to the up and coming crop. What you about to say, bro?
I was gonna say, Miss B or MSB. Welcome to the gym. Your first time. Salute.
Salute to you. Joseph Brown said Joe Joyce volume will win KO late against Wilder. I won't be surprised, bro. Rod X, the champ, said Wilder ain't fighting those young guys. That man will be 38 in October. That make a lot of sense, but hell, Joe Joyce is up there with him though, so that's a fighter that's in his age range. Derek Bailey said, yeah, you can see a lot of improvement in Joe Joyce also. Yeah, definitely. Like when I think back when he fought against Baba Jennings, I actually picked Baba Jennings to win that fight. Even though I kind of liked the Juggernaut back then, I just saw so many holes and shit off in the game that I couldn't pick him to win fights and shit. But little by little, I have seen him come into his own and have like an identity as a fighter. I think that's very important because some fighters, they ain't got no identity. They don't really know what the fuck they want to do. Joe Joyce knows exactly what he wants to do in that ring. He got a very good jab. When you saw him fight against Daniel Dubois, we saw the jab on full display. He went out there and beat the man with one punch. He didn't even fight his normal style, his normal Juggernaut style. He went out there and kind of boxed a little bit, if you think about it. He was putting that jab on Daniel Dubois all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Juggernaut. Joseph Brown said, most importantly, Joyce would keep that heavy-ass jab and water. I promise I didn't even see that comment before I said what I said. Salute to my boy Tone Bangers, Big Boys Boxing in the building. Hey, Big Boys Boxing, I did go check out Caballero versus Smakiki, and that shit was very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was great when the Southpaw, it seemed like he just got tired of being bullied, and he just started whooping his motherfucking ass. But he emptied out his gas tank, though, and didn't have nothing left, and he let the other guy come back and stop him. But that was a very good fight. That was a good recommendation. D-Lo said, I got Joyce if Wilder breaks his hand on Joyce's head. If not, I got Wilder stopping him because he isn't hard to hit. All right, I ain't mad at you. Big Boys Boxing said it was Sergey Kuzmin in one round that stopped Joyce. Appreciate that. Big Boys Boxing is the expert, the master of the heavyweight division. I also give some credit to my man. I can't think of his name right now. He fuck with the heavyweights. The brother.
Mr. Boxing Today.
Mr. Boxing Today is a bad man with that. But Big Boys Boxing is definitely a monster when it comes to the heavyweight division. Hip Hop #1 said, I believe Joshua stopped Joe Joyce in the amateurs too, but Joyce is a different fighter. Now, I have heard about that. I haven't seen it though. Yeah, that do sound for me. I think Nick Harmer or somebody might have told me about that. I'm gonna have to go look for that again. I ain't seen that one, man. I just saw the one against Sergey Kuzmin. Rod X the champ said, I would favor Wilder, but Joyce is very intriguing matchup. Absolutely. Ms. Bitch salute thing. Okay, big boy talking to Hyphy. D-Lo said jockeys matter. He's not just a horse if you follow the sport. Absolutely. That's true. Yeah. I think it got to be a combination though. Just like in boxing, man. I don't think it's all the fighter. I don't think it's all the trainer. I think it's a mixture of the two. And a great example of that is Joel Gonzalez versus Isaac Dogbay. Because Dogbay was in a tough fight. And Barry Hunter got him over the top with his speech and all the stuff he was saying to him. I kind of noticed what Barry Hunter do. He got like a system. When he get into the ring, first he want to get you breathing. So you're going to put his hand on your stomach and he's going to tell you deep breath, in and out, and all this stuff. So you're going to get you 3 deep breaths in. After that, he gonna give you some technical advice. He gonna tell you which way to move. He gonna tell you how to attack the guy. He just gonna tell you some instructions. Then after that, he gonna give you some motivation, some inspiration. He gonna tell you about your family, and you got all these people back home that cheering your name. Now let's go to work. That's what he do. You got a system. The boxer's mind said, I agree, Joe Joyce is a momentum fighter. He gets stronger as the fight progresses. Wilder will have to stay on the outside like he fought Hellenius. Set traps, hide the right hand, and Wilder can't is over. That's a good breakdown. Square business. Byron Bradley said, fellas, this is fire after a long day, man. We appreciate you coming through, hanging out with us. Hip Hop number 1 said, why do you think Franklin dropped all that weight for the Joshua fight? Maybe thought he could win with the hand speed or a counter, but Joshua fought a safe fight. That's really the type of weight that he normally fight at, bro. He used to fight about 240, 235, somewhere off in that range. And then he had to get away from boxing because I don't know what he had going on, but I know he had a job, like a roofing job. And that's when he blew up to like, I want to say 271 when he had his comeback fight. And then he went into the Dillian White fight, and he was like in his 250s, if I'm not mistaken. And now he done got back down to the 230. So I think that's like a natural little process. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first came back, he was kind of heavy. Then he lost some weight going into the next fight. And then he lost even more weight going into the next fight. You see what I'm saying? YG Knight, salute to you. Say salute to the Conan. Hip Hop number 1 said, wouldn't mind Franklin against a Wallen or a Parker. He's likable and got a good chin. He got a great chin. Yeah, I picked Anthony Joshua by decision with fire in my goddamn gut when I picked that shit. I was confident when I picked Anthony Joshua by decision. I just could not see him going out there stopping no Jermaine Franklin. I done seen this dude take too many good punches. Man ain't going nowhere. And plus he got a little bit of head movement. He ain't gonna just post up in front of you with no head movement. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to hit him with several punches in a row. That's one thing that I say about Earl Spence. Like Earl Spence, people say when Earl Spence, he can get hit. He can get hit, but it's hard to hit him more than once at a time. Like when you hit him, he gonna start bending at the waist, and he gonna get his hands up and shit like that. So you'll get one good shot on him, but it's hard to hit him with follow-up shots. Rod as the champ said, Zane whooped on Ergovich. He was coming off a year layoff, and Zane gets a fucking 4.5 on the scale. Like people ain't giving Zane his credit. Zane is a fucking AIBA World Championship silver medalist or something like that. I can't really remember because I ain't gonna lie. I've been looking at so many fighters that all this shit starting to kind of run together. But I know if you look up Zane and you look at his amateur accomplishments, you're gonna see a bunch of fucking medals. That's the type of opponent that this man fought coming off a year layoff. A lot of people wouldn't look the best against Zane in that fight. I guarantee. Big Boys Boxing said, I heard a whisper that Dubois may take step aside to let Usyk fight Wilder, but I don't think the WBA will allow it. All right. Big Boys Boxing said, yeah, it was a good scrap. I guess he talking about Kabiel and Smakiki. Yeah, appreciate the recommendation. Hip Hop number 1 said, Dubois got better chance against Wilder than Usyk, but he just be going to sleep instead of getting jabbed the hell out of for 12 rounds. So you think he got a better chance against Wilder than Usyk? I don't know, man. I know we done seen what Usyk did against Joshua, so that he done kind of put all the doubt to bed for most people, but there's still a little bit of doubt for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little bit of doubt in Joshua. Like I saw Usyk against who was that? Chaz Witherspoon, and I saw him against Derek Chisora. When I saw them fights, I wasn't just 100% confident in Usyk. You know what I'm saying? But now we just seen him against Joshua, so it's like we just got 100% belief in him. I'm not quite there yet, man. I'm about 90%, but I got a little bit of like 10% of doubt. So I'm not sure because I know Wilder, if he hits you with that right hand, it's a wrap. Hell, Wilder might knock out Usyk. I mean, Usyk should be the favorite. I'm not taking that away from him, but I don't think that it's impossible for an orthodox Wilder to hit a southpaw Usyk with a right hand and knock him out. I don't think it's impossible. Ms. Bitch said Lomachenko versus Haney. Any predictions? I've been thinking about that fight, man. I've been listening to Devin Haney talk. I don't think his head is in the right place. He talking like he's some kind of great fighter now. And if you look at his resume, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, it's some decent fighters, but he's in the position that he's in because he just beat a B-level fighter twice. George Kambosos had no business beating Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez needs to be ashamed of himself for that shit. I got respect for Kambosos. Don't get me wrong. He was 85-15 as an amateur, and he's very tough. He's one of the toughest fighters in boxing. But I still look at him as like a B-level fighter. And Devin Haney walking around acting like he done beat an A-level fighter or something. I done heard him talking about how great he is and shit. And Lomachenko is a bona fide 5. That's a 2-time motherfucking Olympic gold medalist and all this stuff. And then look, when Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez, he was leery of the power. He didn't want to get that Magdaleno treatment. You know what I'm saying? Against that southpaw, all them lead level hooks and all that stuff. He didn't want that. So he was cautious early in the fight for like the first 6 rounds. He don't have to worry about that with Devin Haney because Devin Haney don't hit that hard. He don't hit nowhere near as hard as Teofimo Lopez at lightweight. I mean, you know what, man? I'm starting to lean towards Lomachenko. And then look, Lomachenko, he came off a 10-month layoff and he fought against Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz ain't no slouch. He a 3 on my scale. He was 114. National silver medalist type guy. Fought a lot of good fighters. Fought good fighters in the pros and shit too, like Joseph Adorno and stuff like that. Lomachenko came off a 10-month layoff and he beat that man. And also Jermaine Ortiz, this is his entry division. He started at 135, so he got the frame to move up to 140. And Lomachenko went out there and beat that man coming off a 10-month layoff. I'm starting to lean towards Lomachenko the more that I think about this shit. And also, who does the networks or who does boxing, like, who do they want to be the champion? It seems like the history books want Lomachenko to be the champion. They want the history books in boxing, they want Lomachenko to be an undisputed champion. But look, I'm going against my normal train of thought because normally I say out with the old, in with the new. And I would want to take Devin Haney. But the more I'm thinking about this, I'm starting to lean towards Lomachenko. What you think about that matchup, bro? Devin Haney versus Lomachenko.
Well, of course, I'm riding with Devin Haney with respect to Lomachenko, but I like the boxing style. I know Lomachenko got experience. I know Lomachenko used to whooping on these young cats, but this a different kind of young cat, man. I think the jab, just staying controlling the distance is what's going to be a problem for Lomachenko. I think he probably going to even end up gassing out trying to catch up to Haney with them short ass arms. I'm gonna have to go with Haney by this decision, majority, maybe UD.
All right, I ain't mad at you say out with the old, in with the new. But what I was saying also, Lomachenko, he came off a 10-month layoff and he fought Jermaine Ortiz and he got 12 hard rounds in. I expect him to look significantly sharper when he comes back against Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I was trying to make. Miss Bitch say, Trey, my Natasha the bitch a rad. Bring you good luck, brother. Okay, I appreciate the good luck. I don't really know exactly what you're saying. Appreciate the good luck. Big Boys Boxing say, appreciate the shout out, Trey. Yeah, Big Boys Boxing is the master of the heavyweights. Rod X the champ said the irresistible force versus the immovable object. Irresistible. Okay. Big Boys Boxing. Okay, say Mr. Boxing today hasn't been active, but drops a little something every now and then. I haven't really been seeing him. I'm subscribed to him. Hell, I still got a wrench on his channel and everything. Salute to Mr. Boxing today, because when all the bullshit took place, he didn't even take my wrench. He said he ain't in that shit. Joseph Brown said Barry Hunter is a very good coach, father type figure in that corner. Absolutely. Yeah, I still never forget when he was in the corner with Lamont Peterson against Earl Spence. I don't like what I'm seeing, kiddo. I don't like what I'm seeing. Shit, what you want to do? You know I love you. You a warrior. I ain't gonna just let you get beat up on like this all night. You know what I'm saying? Had to stop the fight. Salute to Barry Hunter. Miss Bitch said if Shakur was in Miss Bitch promotions, Haney versus Shakur would already have been done happen. All right.
Hey, that motherfucker. You talk about versus Earl Spence.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. That nigga told that nigga said, "Shit, why you ain't throwing the towel? You see how he did me?"
Yeah.
That motherfucker was in trouble up in that motherfucker, man. My piece.
Ms. Alvin Brown said, please like the video. We definitely would appreciate that. D'Lo said the bar recently had surgery. I read today that he has been cleared, but he may not be ready to go. Okay, yeah, I remember him in the last fight. He was getting pieced up a little bit, and he hurt his leg and shit. Joseph Brown said Zane versus Joyce is going to be fireworks. Get your popcorn ready. Yeah, I was looking at the odds and shit. They got Joe Joyce as a 10-1 favorite over Zane. I just think that's a little wide. I think 5-1 would be more acceptable. But 10-1 over Zane, man, Zane, if he hits you with that left hand, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can come back with the hook too. Zane got power in both hands. D'Lo says Zane is a tough, hard-hitting motherfucker. Ergovich was coming off a year layoff, his father's death, and working with a new trainer. It was obvious his head was a mess. I'm with you on that. D'Lo said Chaz and Chisora. Chaz Witherspoon and Derek Chisora. Appreciate that. Joseph Brown said, Wilder's straight right hand will be doomsday for Usyk. Potentially. I mean, you know, Usyk done been around so much, man. What is it, amateur record? 335 and 15? 350 fights before he even turned pro, and he fought in the World Series of Boxing. As a matter of fact, Usyk fought Joe Joyce in the World Series of Boxing and beat him. So he done been around. He done seen a bunch of styles. So I'm pretty sure this won't be his first time seeing somebody with a good right hand. But that don't take away the fact that Wilder might land it. And if he do land it, I definitely don't think Usyk is taking it. Absolutely not.
Hey D-Lo, check out that if y'all ain't seen it, check out that that Earl Spence Road to Undisputed video, and you're gonna see Lamont. You're gonna have to read his lips. You're gonna see what Lamont said in that fight. That shit was hilarious.
Salute to my boy Haplotype in the building. What's up, bro? D'Lo said, when was the last time Wilder fought a guy as short as Usyk? It's been a while, but we know he knocked them out. Was Spilka a short southpaw? Spilka might have been orthodox. I might be tripping. But I know them short southpaws are tricky as a motherfucker, man. Yeah, we seen what happened when Josh Taylor fought against Jack Catterall. If I sit here long enough, man, I might be able to come with a few examples, but I know that them short southpaws been kind of tricky lately. You know what I'm saying? So it might be tricky for Wilder. Hold on. The hip hop #1 said Wilder's still a dangerous man in the division, like the boxer's mind breakdown of how a fight with him and Joyce will go. He said you like the boxer's mind. I don't know what you're saying, brother. D'Lo said Haney and Haney Sr. need to dial it back a little bit. Bill even said he is greater than B-Hop or more accomplished or some bizarre shit. Yeah, they need to chill out with that. For real. Yeah, that's what got me thinking that he might lose to Lomachenko. Like, this is the toughest fight of his career. This is a big difference. This ain't Kambosos. This ain't no 85 and 15 fight in Australia Kambosos. This is 296 and 1 Lomachenko whooping ass all around the world. Bonafide 5. Shit, this is a totally different story. Man, they need to get dialed into this shit, man, and understand what they got in front of them. Don't get overconfident because you beat Kambosos. Tone Baker said, I got Haney peppering Lomachenko up like a Chinese steak. All right, that's salute to you. I got respect for you. You know you my brother from another mother. What place you in on the channel, Ross? We might have to take your opinion with a grain of salt. Joseph Brown said Haney jab has to control Lomachenko in order for him to beat Lomachenko. I don't think a jab is enough. And I know that we saw Lomachenko use the jab effectively against we saw Teofimo, he used the jab effectively against Lomachenko. But it's not just a jab, it's what's coming behind the jab. That's what Lomachenko was worried about. I don't think you're going to be able to beat this guy with just a jab. This man have been all around the world fighting people. Y'all don't think he ever fought somebody with a jab? Like, come on, man. This man is short. He got short arms and stuff, and he knows this. He understands this. This man got a whole bag for getting on the inside. He will get on the inside against Devin Haney. I firmly believe that. If David Haney, if he go out there and just straight up outbox this guy, use the jab and boxing move, put the right hand on the guy and all that kind of stuff, I would be very impressed. And I think that he deserves a lot of credit if he does that. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko is not an easy fighter to beat. Haplotype said Haney too rangy and disciplined. Is his fight to lose. All right, we'll see. We definitely will see, man. I wish some of y'all people with these strong opinions, I wish y'all would get in the prediction league with us. I just don't understand why y'all so scared. Y'all scared of me? Y'all scared that I'm gonna clown you and talk shit to you because you done got 50th place? Shit, it's okay. D-Lo said Marlo sounded like Keith Thurman, T-Rex arms, huh? Big boys box. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, his arms too short. You know what I'm saying? To box with God, man. You know what I'm saying? Disciplined young man.
Big boys boxing said I got Lomachenko, but it's a tough pick. It is a tough pick. Devin Haney is the favorite in this fight. I haven't seen. I think I might have seen the odds. I might not have, but I know that he the favorite in this fight. So I think he like a 2-1 favorite. I saw. So yeah, y'all taking out with the old in with the new. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at most people. I know you say you taking Lomachenko, but most people taking out with the old in with the new. They taking a younger, bigger, fresher fighter. Devin Haney started at 135, and he got a frame that he could potentially go to 147 one day. And we talking about Lomachenko that started at 126, and he done went up to 135. So I understand y'all's logic, you know what I'm saying? But man, Lomachenko just brings so much to the table, man. And I'm a sucker for the pedigree. I ain't gonna even lie. Haplotype said it's unstoppable force versus immovable object. I thought that's what I said. He said that's Wilder versus Joyce, low-key best fight out there for hardcore. Shit. Man, that's a good fight. Don't get me wrong. But I'm taking David Benavidez over David Morrell over anything moving in a boxing ring. All day long. That's the best fight that can be made in boxing. No doubt. D-Lo said Lamont was like, I'm good if you good. Shit, let's go to the house. Big Boys Boxing said, yeah, they called him the Big Bang for a reason. 10-1 is crazy wide. Yeah, that's crazy wide, man. That's way too wide for Zane. And Zane has shown me some toughness too, man. We might got a good bet. We might got a good bet, man. Because if Zane lose, it's a chance that he might go the distance. Because Zane I ain't gonna get to talking too goddamn much. I don't want to give up the game. Rod X said, I'm tempted to take Zane. Tone Banger said Zane is going to have to stop Joyce to get the W. I think the powers that be are favoring Joyce as the next big thing. But shit, like they said, they call him the Big Bang for a reason. Miss B, like Marlo said Lamar Peterson hates bald people. This is a fact. Okay, I might start reading your shit. Big Boys Boxing said if Joyce does become the next big thing, it won't be for long. The man is already 37, absolutely. That's why I said him and Wilder in the same age group. Tone Banger said Spilker was 6'4". I think Stavern was 6'3". Okay, still shorter than Wilder. If it was another weight class, if a guy 5'9" and he fights somebody that's 5'6", that seemed like that would be noteworthy. But if you 6'7" and you fight somebody that's 6'3", ain't you still technically fighting a shorter fighter? Even though he's still tall. D-Lo said, yeah, Marlo, yes. We all saw your Earl Spence super fan video. It was solid. Great work. Oh, yeah, Marlo done responded to him. Big Boys Boxing said Spilker is 6'2", so he about 5 inches shorter than Wilder. Is he a southpaw or is Spilker an orthodox fighter? D-Lo said, focus on Lomachenko. Stop talking about Shakur, Tank, and Ryan. Handle your business at hand, young man. I'm with you on that. H Monkey Boxing. Haney, my nephew. The best fighter in the world, okay. D-Lo said different kind of jab and power coming from Teofimo that night. In general, too. I mean, Teofimo, Devin Haney might got the better jab than Teofimo. Devin Haney, I think he got longer reach than Teofimo too. But I just know that Teofimo got some hard, devastating shit that's coming behind his jab. Devin Haney got some nice shit that's coming behind his jab, but he don't got no devastation that's coming behind the jab. So I think it's a little different. Haplotype said, not scared, just technologically challenged. Well, nah, bro, it's easy. Look, this is what you do. You go to Marlo's Corner, where you at right now. Go to our community wall. Scroll down to where you see the fights. Marlo posts the fights every week. He posts them every Sunday night. If he don't post them Sunday night, it'll be Monday morning. Look at them fights and make your picks and drop them in the comment section. I'm going to see this, and I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to send it to Count Ross. Then, boom, you in the contest. And there's some straight hardcore boxing shit, too, man. We own a whole bunch of fights. We got 20 fights this week. Yeah, we ain't even got to breaking them down. I want to talk about a few of them. Tone Baker said, I ain't never scared, goddamn me.
Hey, I was waiting until you got caught up in the chat.
Okay, I'm almost down there. D-Lo said, I'm giving Haney credit no matter how he wins, even if his jab hold all night. Yeah, I think I said that if he beat Lomachenko, he deserves full credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I hope I didn't give him like a specific method of victory to get credit, but anyway he wins, I'm with you. He deserves credit.
Hey, what is he on your pedigree scale?
Who?
Haney?
3.5 national champion, 130-8 guy, going against 296 and 1 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and he done won a bunch of other shit too. It ain't just that. So I got a 3.5 going against a bona fide 5.
And a 3.5 can be a what?
A 3.5 can be anybody up to a 5. So it doesn't mean as much as it normally would mean, because 3.5 a bad motherfucker. If you are a United States national champion, you a bad man. You know what I'm saying? But ordinarily, them 5 still get the victory most of the time. Even though it's possible for the 3.5 to win, the 5 wins most of the time. Hip Hop number 1 said, you know I'm rocking with Taylor here in Scotland, but the Taylor and Teofimo Lopez press conference is going to be fireworks. And the fight stylistically, both these guys got points to prove who you got. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I really like the founder of the Taylor gang, because I've been saying that shit for years. Taylor gang. But I'm scared for him against Teofimo Lopez. I'm not gonna even lie, because Josh Taylor, he ain't fought nobody like Lopez before. Like, this is a motherfucking Olympian. This is somebody that was 150 and 20. This is somebody that done beat Southpaws already, beat Lomachenko. He beat the Magdaleno kid. He got counter punches for Southpaws. He got power too. He moved up. His last fight, he fought the Compass or something like that. I can't remember, Carlos Campa or some shit like that. Got the late stoppage against the guy. So I got some respect for Teofimo Lopez going into this fight. Really, the main thing for Josh Taylor is that Teofimo Lopez doesn't like fighting tall fighters. Like when he fought against Sofiane Umihai in the Olympics, and also when he fought against Masayoshi Nakatani. But the thing is, Josh Taylor is a taller fighter because he's 5'10", but does he fight tall? I would have to say that Josh Taylor does not fight tall for the most part. He the type of guy that like to circle you and ambush you when he at his best. He like to get in there and throw them body shots and stuff. I'm kind of leaning towards Teofimo Lopez in this fight. I really am. I'm leaning towards Lopez. I fuck with Josh Taylor game, but I gotta lean towards Lopez. Who you like in that fight, bro? Teofimo versus Josh Taylor. Well, maybe he stepped away. Tone Banks said, it's funny how ESPN instantly took Lomachenko off the pound for pound list. All right. Trey promised you stay with your first pick. Haney, if Lomachenko wins, don't switch sides. Yeah, you definitely knew, because you don't know shit about Trey X. I don't switch up on shit. Hell, if I gotta eat crow, I'm eating crow. I don't run from no crow. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you see them 2 medals next to my name on the screen? You see that gold medal and you see that silver medal? They let you know I'm a bad motherfucker when it comes to making these picks. D-Lo said Spilker is a 6'4" southpaw. That's what I thought. So that is an example of Wilder fighting a short southpaw. Big Boys Boxing said over is a good bet at 7 to 8 rounds for Joyce versus Zane. That would be the low-hanging fruit. I done had two of these situations here recently, man. Like when Lawrence Okoli, when he fought against David Light, they had this decision, like the fight goes the distance at plus 300. They also had the same odds for Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. I got scared of the plus 300, so I took the over 7.5 rounds at minus 105, and we won that bet this weekend. But I wish I had more guts to where I took it to go the distance because I left some money on the table. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. That's the low-hanging fruit, man. I might get scared and just take the low-hanging fruit. D-Lo said Spilker didn't look 6'2" versus Wilder. He looked every bit of 6'4", but I don't know. That still would be an example of a shorter southpaw. I mean, you going against somebody that's like 3 to 4 inches shorter than you. I think that you could say he's short compared to Wilder, relatively. Rod X the Champ says Zane 10 to 1 underdog against Joyce. They gonna make you bet on Zane. Yeah. I don't know though, because ordinarily I don't bet against fighters that got deep amateur backgrounds. I normally just stay out the way, and if I do make a bet, it'll be like the fight goes the distance. But I don't really like taking sides. But I fucked up though because like when Zane when he fought against Ergovich by decision was plus 500. Plus 500, but I ain't jump on it though because he was coming off a year layoff. That's the same thing that happened with Lawrence Okoli versus David Light. I didn't take the bet because Okoli was coming off a year layoff. But since Joshua and Franklin wasn't coming off a layoff, that's the fight that I took the bet in, and I took over 7.5 rounds at minus 105. But if it wasn't for all these bitch-ass layoffs, I would be making a lot more picks. Good picks too, shit. Picks that pay. Big Boys Boxing said Tapology has him at 6'3.5", and they have Stavern at 6'2". All right, Stavern ain't no southpaw though, so I ain't gonna count him. D-Lo said if I had to guess, I would think Teofimo has a harder jab, even if it's not as nice as Haynes. I don't know, man. I have to go look at the shit, man, and look at their technique of throwing the jab. Hip Hop number 1 said I mentioned that Taylor fight because it's close to being signed now as a mandatory. Watched his recent interview about the passing of Kim Buchanan. Yeah. Hey, he said that he was gonna go back to his old style too. I had read a recent what is that shit called? An article on Boxing Scene, and he said that he was gonna go back to his old style. He said he got too far away from it, and he got away from what he does best. So we'll see if the old Josh Taylor comes back, coming off a layoff, going against an Olympian like Teofimo Lopez. Let's see how this shit gonna work out. Big Boys Boxing said, look at the Spilker versus Kaneki fight. Kaneki is taller. How is that? Spilker versus Kaneki. I don't know why my brain. Okay, Kaneki. Yeah, you talking about that motherfucker that got knocked out twice by the Nordic Nightmare. I don't know. Kaneki don't really look that big. I ain't too surprised. Well, they say Kaneki is taller though. Yeah, Spilker don't look that big either. Both the motherfuckers look pretty small. D-Lo said, you said credit as well. I said credit. What I'm talking about credit, brother. Rod X the Champ said, hell, I might put a couple of dollars on Zane. I won't be mad at you, man. We gonna see. The only thing about Zane, though, is that he got this is another reason why I didn't take Ergovich by decision. Even though the numbers suggested that I could. Zane slows down in fights. Like if you look at Zane when he fought against what's that southpaw that got his ass knocked out against Jared Anderson in his last fight? He a real tough southpaw. He done been in the ring with some of the best of them. I can't think of his name, but he ended up getting dropped 3 times in the fight, and he fought to a draw because Zane, his gas tank ain't worth a fuck. So we got a low gas tank guy going against a man that gets stronger as the fight goes in Joe Joyce. Thinking about that, I might leave that fight alone. I might not take the fight the distance. I might be throwing money away because Joe Joyce is going to come all night. But I will say this, though. We got a close guard fight. And when it comes to those situations, the knockouts actually decrease. When you got the orthodox against the southpaw, the knockouts actually decrease in those situations. Unless you got somebody special like Tank Davis or Terrence Crawford. Hell, we just had a fight this weekend. We had Ammo Williams against River Wilson Bent. And it took Ammo Williams to knock this dude out. And look, this same dude, River Wilson Bent, he fought against Hamza Shiraz, and Shiraz knocked him out in 2 rounds. So when he fought against an orthodox fighter, he got knocked out in 2 rounds. When he fought against a southpaw, it took the southpaw 8 rounds. That's what I'm talking about. When you got the closed guard fights, it's harder to get knockouts. Big Boy said, look, okay, I read that. Delos, okay, I read that. Hip Hop #1 said, I like Teofimo Lopez a lot too. I don't want neither guy to lose, even if I'm Scottish. Yeah, man, I ride with Josh Taylor. I'm pulling for Josh Taylor to win the fight. But I'm a grizzled vet when it comes to making picks. Like me and Marlo, we've been doing this channel for about 5 years now. Well, almost 5 years. It'll make 5 years next month in May. You know what I'm saying? I've been on YouTube since the middle of March in 2018. And me and Marlo started doing live streams in May of 2018. So we've been making picks, man. We done served Crow. We done ate Crow. We done been in the damn prediction league, all kind of shit. I'm a grizzled vet when it comes to this shit. So I know some red flags when I see them. And I see red flags in this fight. Hip Hop #1 said, Taylor got these injuries and coming off a terrible performance. Think you may be on the money picking, T.O. I don't see it going 12 rounds. Well, I definitely see it going 12 rounds if they fight. The only thing that would make me think it might not go 12 rounds is because Josh Taylor hasn't been very active. If he's been active, there's no way that he's going to get stopped against Teofimo Lopez. And the cherry on top is that you got an orthodox Lopez against a southpaw Josh Taylor. That makes the knockouts decrease. So that's the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Josh Taylor, very tough, man. I done seen him take hard punches from Rigondeaux. He's not getting knocked out against no Teofimo Lopez unless the layoff plays a part. Because I do see tough fighters coming off of layoffs and they get stopped for the first time. Ms. Armor Brown, I appreciate that. Rod as the champ said I would favor Taylor. He's going to be the favorite if they fight. D'Lo said, what is Taylor, about a 2.5? That's another thing. Taylor got over 150 amateur fights, but I don't know where he ranked though. I haven't heard about like no major tournaments that he won or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But like if we go back to the tournament that he won, that Super Series tournament, it seemed like the guys that had the deeper amateur backgrounds, they moved on. Like we had Josh Taylor going against Rigondeaux. So we got somebody with 87-7 Rigondeaux going against somebody with 150 amateur fights. 150 moved on. The other one we had 154-11 Ramirez, or you might see 96-4. You might see either one going against Maurice Hooker, who is 85-7. The motherfucker that was 154-11 and an Olympian moved on. And Josh Taylor did go beat that guy. He beat the dude that's the Olympian, 154-11. So we give him props on that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't easy. It was like a 6-6 fight with 2 knockdowns. So that fight could have been a draw if it wasn't a knockdown. Now he going back to the well again against another Olympian, 150-20. And he got something to prove too. But you never know. Teofimo Lopez, he might start saying his chest don't feel good and his chest is wheezing and shit and he can't breathe and all that kind of shit. He might lose the motherfucking fight. You never know.
Hey, for the record, he mean prograde, not Rigondeaux. Rigon prograde.
You mean Rougarou?
Yeah, no, because you said Rigondeaux, Taylor versus Rigondeaux in the tournament, and I think you was talking about prograde.
Shit, ain't they the same person? Regan's prograde and Rougarou are the same person, right?
No, you said Guillermo Rigondeaux. You said Rigondeaux.
Oh, okay. I'm saying Rigondeaux. I mean Rougarou. What the fuck? Regan's prograde is what I'm trying to say. My bad, man. I'll keep on fucking up on the names. Y'all know I'm bad with names anyway. Pecos Bill said we gonna get paid. So I don't even know what you're saying, OG. Hip Hop number one said, watch that Ammo Williams fight, not his best performance. No, that wasn't. He got exposed in that fight to me. That was an expose. You sitting right there in front of that man, you don't know how to attack the orthodox fighter? You letting this dude touch you with a jab and put the right hand on you and stuff? Shit, it was some times he had River Wilson Beck getting confidence in that fight. That was an expose to me. I don't trust that guy fighting against great competition. I won't be surprised if Felix Cash go out there and get on his motherfucking ass. I won't be surprised at all. Pecos Bill said, off your picks. Oh, yeah. You doing pretty good on the picks, man. I got to go find us something, man. They're going to open up the betting markets tonight. We're going to find something. Don't worry about it. D-Lo said River Wilson Bent also travels up and down the scale from 160 to 175 and back, if I'm not mistaken, and that's even worse. D-Lo said, you mean Rugeroo, you keep saying Rigondeaux. I got you, appreciate you. He said, we all know little Rigondeaux wouldn't stop Taylor. Not for real, though. Hip Hop number one said, Baranchi was a very hard puncher as well, but Taylor dealt with him well. Taylor be looking for a stoppage in that Teofimo fight if back to his best. That's a good example, too. I remember when he fought against Ivan Baranchis. Hell, when we first called the fight, a lot of people felt like Baranchis won the fight. But when I went back and watched it again, I felt like Taylor got him. But yeah, that's an example of him being in the ring with a hard punch, and he got the toughness to withstand shit. Like I think it'd be hard to stop that man. I think it's gonna be hard to stop Teofimo Lopez too, because Lopez done showed toughness. We seen him get dropped against Kambosos and get off his ass to fight on, and he got back into the fight and he ended up dropping Kambosos. So I think that's a fight with two tough people fighting against each other, man. I don't see a knockout. D-Lo said Trey been saying Rigondeaux all night. Yeah, man, my bad on that shit. I wish I would have said something a long time ago. This motherfucker gonna wait till I say this shit 100 times before he say something to it, boy. But it's all good though, man.
Hey, I'm over here. I was over here, but I'm like Rigondeaux, but I'm over here breaking up, getting my little Jasmine pump together. But I know who you meant, though. A lot of us probably did.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, a lot of people, they kind of relish when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be right so motherfucking much that when they catch me wrong, they like to just sit and bask in the glory of hearing Trey X be wrong about something. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Rod is the champ. I still consider Taylor the unofficial, undisputed champion at 140. I mean, I ain't mad at you, man, but hey, activity is part of this sport. Like, shit. How long has it been since he fought? Like, how long has it been since he fought Catterall? And he done changed trainers, man. He ain't got the same trainer. Like when he got away from that first trainer, you could see his skills start to deteriorate, man. Like, even against Ramirez, that wasn't the same Josh Taylor that I've been seeing all this time. And he did win the fight, and I was extremely excited when he won the fight. I was happy. But that wasn't the same Josh Taylor that I've been seeing. And it seemed like ever since he got away from that first coach, he's been gradually declining. And then recently he did a article. They did an article where they interviewed him, and he said that he wanted to get back to his old style. So to me, he's acknowledging that he hasn't been fighting as well as he was fighting at one point. And he hopes to get back to that level. We got to see it first, because he has went down the level. And he actually is acknowledging this himself. He's saying that I got away from what I was doing best, and I have to get back to that. So let's see if he can. Let's see if he can. D-Lo said Teofimo gets frustrated when he doesn't have his way in there. Hip Hop number one said, really like Lopez too. Looking forward to that one. Appreciate everyone's thoughts in here. Oh yeah, we definitely respect everybody's opinion and shit. Chop it up. D-Lo said Taylor literally cleaned out the top guys at 140 and hung around long enough for a crop of top guys to come up, and he's still in it. Yeah, but that's just like back in the day, like they'll say like the longest reigning champion or some shit. I guess you could say even Joe Louis, even though he had a bunch of title defenses, he had like 25 title defenses. But the fact that a lot of the champions was going to the war, it was extending the duration of the championship. So yeah, Josh Taylor has been around, but how many fights has he had since he won undisputed? Hasn't he only had like one fight? Like, yeah, he around, he let another crop come, but it ain't like he just been whooping ass this whole time. He has not been active. He hasn't been fighting. And shit, man, we've been doing this long enough to understand that if you're gonna be coming off long layoffs, don't be surprised if you get your ass whooped. I hate to say that shit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Derek Bailey said 226 last year. That's when he fought Catterall. Okay, so it's been over a year since the man done fought. What is this? It's April. So it's been what, about 13 months? Like, come on, man. Haplotype said, I don't. It's Taylor's fault. He's done nothing with Undisputed and look shitty. He said, I don't. It's Taylor's fault. He's done nothing with Undisputed and look shitty. Name me a fighter that's done something with Undisputed besides Jermell Charlo. He the only one. Most fighters, they win the belt and move up. So shit, all of them deserve that fucking criticism. I guess you could say Devin Haney, though. He about to defend his. Even though he beat a B-level fighter and defended it. So I guess we give him credit for that. But now he about to fight Lomachenko. If he beat Lomachenko, he gonna deserve a lot of credit, but I won't be surprised if he don't. But a lot of these fighters, they win Undisputed and then move up. He said Haney defended Undisputed against a contractual rematch against a B-level fighter. And Usyk had another contractual rematch against a motherfucker. I mean, come on. How much credit am I supposed to give these contractual rematches? Who didn't know that Haney wasn't gonna beat? Who didn't know that Haney was gonna beat Kambosos in the rematch? Like, everybody knew he was gonna win that fight. We'll give Usyk some credit for defending against AJ when he got to, and he looking to defend it again. You know what I'm saying? But most of these fighters that's winning Undisputed, them motherfuckers be moving up. From what I've been seeing anyway. D-Lo said, I tried to tell you 40 comments ago, but I guess you missed it. All right. Byron Bradley said, regardless of what anyone says, y'all have put on tonight. I really appreciate it, man. Salute to you, brother. Hip Hop number 1 said he is literally training right now on an injured ankle with 2 months till fight night. It's definitely a concern against the Teofimo Lopez. I thought they said he had like a torn plantar, whatever the fuck that shit is at the bottom of your foot. That's what I thought they said. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Maybe I'm mixed up. Haplotype said Taylor needs to come ready. He's been looking terrible for a while now. I think he looked bad for one fight against Catterall. I do think I've seen a gradual decline since he changed trainers, but it ain't like he went from good to trash overnight. It didn't happen like that. It happened in a series of fights that culminated in him looking bad against Catterall, which was also a short southpaw that a lot of people can look bad against. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, like this is another thing. Like, when you are a good body puncher and you fight somebody that's short, you don't have as much body to hit on. And that can kind of take you out your game a little bit. Josh Taylor is a great body puncher. When he fought against guys that were shorter than him, like Barancic, and when he fought against Prograis, and when he fought against Catterall, he wasn't quite as effective because he ain't got as much surface area to hit on. But when I seen him fight against guys that was a little bit bigger and stuff, I seen him look a lot better. Like, that's why they say styles make fights. You can't take that out of it. Like, people just like to say, oh, this guy look like this, but they don't take his opponent into consideration. That's why I be whooping ass in this prediction league. I am in the fucking top 10 every goddamn season because I know what I'm talking about. Every fucking season I'm in the top 10. I'm number 8 right now out of damn near 70 people. I know what I'm talking about. Where I'm at in the chat. D-Lo said Taylor and Ramirez were both supposed to be moving up to 47 after their bout. It's odd to me that neither did. Yep, I remember them talks. D-Lo said, Trey, that was my point. He hung around and let the pool fill up again. Okay, I thought you were saying like he hung around and was whooping ass and let it, and he done fought his way to a new generation. But he just been on the shelf. Hapler Tyson Haney defending undisputed in the UC2. I already addressed that one. Hip hop number one said Taylor didn't fight Jose Cepeda. He was the final piece in that division, but Prograis really took him out in devastating fashion. I don't think Taylor will fight Prograis again. Yeah, I might lean towards Prograis in a rematch because Josh Taylor, he just don't look the same without that coach he had, man. I hope, I wish or whatever that he could get back with that guy. For real. D'Lo said, I think Bob was trying to hold Taylor for Crawford or Teofimo and it hurt him. Yep, that was also the talk too, because they were talking about Taylor versus Crawford and shit. Haplotype said it's still better than Taylor, but I hear you. Oh yeah. I mean, I actually respect Taylor's run. I mean, you holding it against him real tough about what he did after the fact, but I think his run to Undisputed was very impressive. If you compare him to somebody like Terrence Crawford's run to Undisputed, it's fucking laughable. Ain't no comparison. And I know that you're a Crawford fan. What did Crawford do with his Undisputed? How do you feel about Crawford's run to Undisputed? Is that a great run? The people that he beat? What did he do with Undisputed after he won it? Answer them questions for me, please, because I know you like Crawford. Rod S. Channel said down last February. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, that's too long. D'Lo said Charlo has yet to defend Undisputed, but he is saying what I want to hear, and that's about the intent to reign. Oh yeah. I ain't holding it against Charlo. Like he trying to fight Tim Zoo right now. So yeah, respect to Charlo, man. He's trying to do something with the Undisputed. I'm not gonna give him like he ain't just go right into a contractually obligated rematch to where I got to give him a lot of credit for it because he defended it. He actually is gonna defend his belt against a fucking mandatory or whatever that shit is. Like he gonna fight against a real opponent, not just some contractually obligated guy. And then I'm supposed to go crazy about it. Look at him. He don't want to answer the question. Crawford with KO Taylor. But hold on. That ain't what we talking about. We talking about what did they do with Undisputed? Answer the question. What did Crawford do with Undisputed? How do you feel about the opponents that Crawford fought to Undisputed? Do they match up with the opponents that Josh Taylor fought to Undisputed? Like, answer the question. Don't avoid the question. Like, come on, man. This man want to avoid the question because I know I got it. Because he just want to come in and he want to attack one side, but he don't want to be fair on both sides. That's why I want you to get in the tournament, man, so I can stomp a mud hole in you. Because anybody that's thinking like that, if you don't want to think on both sides, you ain't got nothing for me. You have no chance. I promise you. And I love competing too. I'm just a fucking competitive force of nature. That's just all it is. I love competing and stomping a mud hole in a motherfucker. D'Lo said, yeah, if you believe that ankle shit. He said it was a plantar fascia. That's what I was thinking, but my mom went blank on the next part. D'Lo said, give me Taylor's performance versus Catterall all day over T.O. Showing versus Little George Jr. Both of them were pretty rough, but yeah, he did get dropped in that fight. I don't know, D'Lo. Those were pretty fucking close. Those are pretty close. I don't know. I had to think about that. Hapler say all we have to go on with Taylor is a bad performance over a year, but you don't want to look at both sides because you come in and you talking about Taylor. What did he do with Undisputed? If I ask you what Crawford did with Undisputed, you don't want to answer the question. Yeah, that's kind of chicken shit to me. Hip hop number one said, yeah, man, my bad. I didn't say injury specifically. I really don't think he living the correct lifestyle. Okay, you might be reading the press clippings. Pecos Bill said Andy makes great bets. Oh yeah, we're gonna continue to do that. We've been betting since May 22, 2022, and we've been going strong. Me and Yasa, we've been betting with the exact same fucking money the whole time. Since May 22, 2022, we've been betting with the exact same money and just building it up. And just keep it on the account, just let it build up. Hip Hop number one said training at the same gym as Liam and Callum Smith at the moment, and with another trainer, think that's third in 3 months. Yeah, that ain't no good sign. I like them Smith brothers though, man. Them motherfuckers tough. I can't lie. Callum Smith cost us some money because he had fought against this Olympic bronze medalist named Matthew Badalik. And I took a shot at Badalik because they had him as a big underdog. I want to say it might have been plus 1,200 that we got in that fight. But he went out there and got his ass knocked the fuck out versus Callum Smith. Callum Smith is very, very tough, man. He one of the tough. You see, Canelo couldn't get him out of there. Man, I got a lot of respect for them fucking Smith brothers all day.
But I need salute, sis.
Haplotype said, Crawford, I read that. D-Lo said, anyone who gets in the tournament and wins it all, wins it all on the way to Undisputed gets major props for how he got there. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we just gonna shit on Josh Taylor like he ain't put in no work in this fight game. Like, I ain't no motherfucking casual nigga. I know this fight game. like he ain't put in no work. He ain't fight Baranchis. He fought the undefeated guy. What's the name of that dude, man? Martin or something like that. I can't remember his name. He fought him. He fought Baranchis. He fought Rougarou. Not Rigondeaux, but Rougarou is what I'm trying to say. He fought Jose Ramirez. So we just gonna act like this dude ain't been putting in no work. Like, nah. Haplotype Crawford never defended Undisputed, but he moved up, has been on the knockout streak ever since. So basically, he didn't do anything with Undisputed, right? And why don't you answer the second part of the question? How do you feel their runs to Undisputed was? How do you feel about the opponents that they fought on the way to Undisputed? Who fought the tougher opponents on the way to Undisputed out of Josh Taylor and Terrence Crawford? Please answer that question. Let's be fair around here. Who fought the tougher opponents? D'Lo said Crawford parlayed Undisputed to a WBO title shot at 147. I'm not taking away from that. Crawford did his thing. He's been up at 147 doing his thing. I'm specifically addressing what the man said. He said that this man ain't done nothing with Undisputed. So he want to say that about one guy, but he don't want to say it about the other. That's my problem. Let's be fair around here. That's all I'm saying. Let's be fair. Haplotype said Crawford never defended the I read that. D'Lo said Crawford, Paul, I read that. Byron Bradley said Crawford's opposition has been weak. And it was definitely weak at 140. Who he beat at 140, man? Who did he beat at 140? Okay, he went over there and beat Ricky Burns, right? Okay, he beat what's my man? Indongo. Julius Indongo. Who else he beat? To become Undisputed. Shit, I can't even think right now. I know that what's the name of the guy that gave Lamar Peterson a good run, the Olympics gold medalist? He probably didn't win no belt from him, huh? That was probably his best opponent. What about what's my man? The tall guy. The tall dude that knocked out Matisse.
Postal.
Did he win a belt from Postal? That would be a hell of a win.
Yeah.
Okay, if he won a belt from Postal, that's his best win. So we got Postal, we got Ricky Burns, and we got Julius Indongo. Man, fuck out of here. We're going to compare that to Ivan Baranchis, and we're going to compare that to Regis Prograis, and we're going to compare that to Jose Ramirez. Man, come on, man. Fuck out of here with that shit. Haplotype say still better than Taylor. I ain't never say that Taylor was better than him. We talking about talking about Undisputed right now. You wanted to bring up what happened after Undisputed. I wanted you to be fair on that. And I also brought up what happened on the way to Undisputed. And Taylor has the edge in that shit because he fought better people on the way to Undisputed. What's up to Lala D with her gold smelling ass? D'Lo said Taylor's inactivity was surprising for me. I never expected to see him have all these layoffs. He missed an opportunity to capitalize off his success. Taylor was putting together some gangster shit, man. He was putting together a resume that couldn't nobody say shit. I come in this motherfucker talking about Taylor gang, and I was in a position of power when I was saying that shit because he was handling his business against good fighters. But since then, he been fucking up, changing trainers and all that shit. For whatever reason, he had to do that. Didn't look good against Jack Catterall, been out the ring. It is what it is. He lost the momentum. So I agree with you on that. Byron Bradley said the man had a weak resume. I definitely feel like he had a weak resume. I give him some shit. The hell, the welterweight resume ain't just been all that good. Like, I ain't trying to turn this into no Crawford bash. I'm just saying that was just an example of somebody that didn't do shit with Undisputed. He won the belts and then he immediately moved up. That's the only reason I brought the man up. D'Lo said we are learning to stay away from those Frenchmen. A few are game as fuck, like him, Billy. Shit, he had his moments too, though. Gongora was putting that left uppercut on his motherfucking ass out there, man. He hurt him Billy a few times here. It was a few times I thought him Billy might get stopped. But yeah, they got a few of them. I like that Suleiman Sissoko dude too. That's the guy that lost in the fucking he lost in the Olympics. He won the bronze medal. He got beat by Daniyar Yelausanov. I can't remember what country he's from. It might be Uzbekistan or something. But Suleiman Sissoko, he from France and he a pretty good fighter. Matter of fact, he got me a nice win on the Champ Ross last season. Pecos Bill said, "Don't hurt nobody, bro." I don't know what you're talking about, brother. But if you talking about that Champ Ross prediction league, I'm busting ass in that motherfucker. Yeah, straight like that. Please get in that damn Champ Ross haplotype. You've been talking to me for years now. Let me stomp a mud hole in you one time. That's all I want to do. Just give me one season. I'll go out there and put them paws on you. Then you can go on back where you came from. Just give me one season. Hip Hop number one said agree. Okay, talking to D-Lo. D-Lo said Ryan Martin was his name. I appreciate that. That is the undefeated guy that Taylor beat.
Hey, shameless plug, y'all. If y'all not in the fantasy boxing prediction league, it's on Facebook, or you can put the pics in the community post when we post the fights. But it's totally free. It's pretty much fun. A lot of us up in there. It's a ranking system. So join if you want to join the fun with it.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate that, D-Lo. Haplotype said Taylor had the better opponents, but Crawford is the better fighter. Well, at least you admitted that he had the better opponents. About Crawford being the better fighter, that ain't even that's not even a topic. Yeah, let's go ahead and move the goalposts and shit because you're losing. But you can make it right. This is all you got to do. Get in the fantasy prediction league. I told you exactly what to do. Beat me, and I'll give you your props, and you'll shut me up. But I know that you won't. You ain't got shit for me, Haplo. You ain't got nothing for X. Lala D said Bud beat everyone he had to. We ain't gonna take that away from him. He beat what he had to. We ain't gonna put cables on it though, like my boy D-Lo say. Winston Lee Postal, that was a good one, very good one. Matter of fact, I gave Postal action to beat Crawford. I think I picked him to beat Crawford. As a matter of fact, after he had stopped Matisse, I always gave Crawford credit for Felix Diaz, or whatever his name is, and Victor Postal all day. Gamboa, I ain't giving him too much credit for Gamboa. Gamboa is a fucking natural 126 pounder. He ain't getting a lot of credit from me for that. I'm sorry. D-Lo said he beat the top guy, Iceman. You talking about Postal? D-Lo said Taylor and Ramirez beat Postal afterwards. Yeah, that's true. Haplotype said leading up to Undisputed, Taylor had the better run. After Undisputed, Crawford by a country mile, 100% knockouts against weak motherfuckers, though. It ain't like he out there fighting killer. You know what I'm saying? He ain't out there fighting no killers, man. He out there. Haplo is Crawford fighting killers at 147? Let's answer that question. Is he fighting killers? I don't think he's fighting killers. D-Lo said those other Frenchmen wouldn't have stayed upright versus Gongora. Even the heavyweights except for Duhaupas. Yeah, Duhaupas was pretty tough. But yeah, man, I give him Billy some props, man. You know, he went out there and brought that pressure to Gongora. And Gongora was putting that uppercut on his ass and he wasn't seeing it, but he still weathered the storm and he did what he had to do. And I definitely want to see him moving forward, man. He one of the best action fighters that's in the game. But one thing bothered me, though. What the fuck is wrong with his arm? Did you see his arm? It looked like half his fucking bicep is gone or something. Like he had some kind of major surgery or something. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him. But I just been noticing shit about that, like about fighters. Like, look at B-Hop. Wasn't I talking about Cobra's eyes before the fight? And then when the fight took place, what was giving him problems? His motherfucking eyes, right? Yeah, I be noticing some of that shit. Lala D said, why Champ Ross still got me on there? That's just me. People are going to think I'm still playing, but I suck. Well, shit, that's just a penalty of dropping out. You should have stayed in there. You only missed 1 or 2 picks and then you quit. You had just missed 1 or 2 picks, man. You could have stayed in there. Hell, I think I told Champ Ross to leave you up there. You know what I'm saying? So, for an example of everybody, Walker Shane. Havlatice said, what am I losing? Just talking boxing with you. You losing this debate, in my opinion, you are, because I feel like you came with a criteria that you given one guy that you didn't want to give the other guy. And basically, every time I asked you a question, you had to say what I said. Like when I asked you, I said, who fought the better competition on the way to Undisputed? You had to say that Josh Taylor fought the better competition. You also had to say that Crawford did nothing with his Undisputed. You had to say both of those things. So you lost, in my opinion. But like I said, and plus now you want to change the subject. Instead of talking about the Undisputed, you want to change it and talk about who the better fighter. You lost. Hold your L. But look, like I said, you can redeem yourself. All you got to do is beat me in a Champ Ross, and I'll give you 100% respect every time I see you. But I know that you ain't got a shot. You ain't about to beat me. Nigga, I've been around making picks and I've been talking shit and I've been victorious too motherfucking much. I got a track record behind me. You ain't got a shot in here. Byron Bradley said Bud was dropped by Mean Machine. Mean Machine was beaten by Lamont Peterson. I don't remember Mean Machine being beaten by Lamont Peterson. I remember him fighting a draw with Ray Robinson, and I also remember him being beat by Virgil Ortiz. But I don't remember him losing to no fucking Lamont Peterson. But look though, Crawford, he rumored to have a pretty decent fight coming up with Alexis Roker, an Olympian. I got him ranked as a 4 on my scale. If Crawford go out here and whoop this man ass, I'm gonna give him a bunch of props for that. A lot of fucking supposed Crawford fans, they ain't even building that shit up for the man. I ain't even a Crawford fan, and I'm the one that's been talking about his fight with Alexis Roker. And that if he go out there and win this fight and look impressive, that I'm gonna give him a bunch of props. I wonder why the fucking Crawford fans ain't talking like that. Maybe they don't know what the fuck. Maybe they don't know this boxing shit as good as they claim they do. But yeah, I got a lot of respect for Alexis Roker. He a bad motherfucker. And if Crawford go out there and whoop his ass, especially if he stop him and all that shit, man, I'm gonna give that dude a bunch of props for that all day. Lala D said nobody is then. I don't know what you're talking about. You came in to go to war with me. You came in to lock in with haplotype and fuse and go to war with me. She said, who's on? Okay, Derek Bailey got you talking about Christian and Billy. I think that's his name. He fought against Carlos Gongora last week on ESPN Plus. D'Lo said, Mean Machine never fought Lamont. That's what I thought. But he had the draw against Ray Robinson. Some people thought he lost that fight. And he also had the loss to Virgil Ortiz. Did somebody else stop him besides Virgil Ortiz and Crawford? I can't really remember. Okay, Pecos Bill said he don't want. It don't seem like he want that smoke, do he, OG? He talking about he had technological problems. So I told him exactly what he had to do to get in the competition. And he sure ain't bucked, has he? I think he barred me. That's what I think. I think he barred me on that shit. He don't want to see me. Yeah, he know what type of motherfucker he going against. Byron Bradley say Lamont Peterson beat him. Lamont Peterson beat who? Because he ain't fighting no Mean Machine, brother. Lala D said because we already know Bud wins. We're waiting on the Spence fight. Nah, fuck that. If a dude is going against an opponent, a credible opponent, we shouldn't just overlook him because Crawford is the favorite to win. That's bullshit. He got a live dog coming to fight him. Natural southpaw, the lanes are going to be open because Crawford like to fight southpaw. A motherfucking Olympian. A dude that's been a solid pro. He only got 1 loss, and that's against Speedy Ellis. This is a very credible opponent, a natural welterweight too. Yeah, so now we're not going to just overlook it because Crawford is the favorite. If Crawford goes out there and handle business against this guy, that's going to do a lot for my opinion of him. For real. He deserve a lot of credit for that. This is not a walkover. This is definitely a tougher opponent than Avenesian all day long. D-Lo said the deadline to make the Roker fight is come and gone. Most don't think it's happening next for that reason. Okay, so that ain't gonna happen then. All right, where Haplo go? Haplo type ain't said nothing since I done really locked down on this damn prediction league. Where you at? Yeah, I ain't blowing no smoke on that motherfucking prediction league. Y'all come get it. See, y'all talking to a motherfucker that's top 10 every motherfucking season. Hip Hop number 1 said, I still remember Lamont Peterson giving Danny Garcia hell. Oh shit, that's understandable though. Lamont Peterson ain't no pushover, but I just felt like he came out too slow in that fight. And he let Danny Garcia build up a points lead, and then he tried to turn it on coming down the stretch. And he tried to fight his normal style. Because at first he was trying to box and move on the outside. And then he decided to step to him in the second half of the fight. I feel like if he would have came out and fought his normal style from the beginning of the fight, I think he would have beat Danny Garcia. D-Lo said, Virgil and Crawford, that's all. Okay. That's all. Lala D said, thank you, Trey X, because you will be the only Spence fan to give him credit. What the only Spence fan to give him credit? Well, I feel like anybody that like put a lot of time and effort into learning about the fighters and shit, I think they'll give him credit. No matter who you're a fan of, you know what I'm saying? I hope so anyway. I mean, goddamn, y'all, that's just like if somebody fight like a top level type fighter or something. Yeah, and don't nobody just because you like another fighter, you don't want to give him credit. Now, I'm not talking to you specifically, but I'm just saying boxing fan. Like, let's say, like you got Crawford and Spence, right? Let's say Crawford get a fight with Virgil Ortiz next. Spence fans need to get a motherfucking credit. Virgil Ortiz ain't no pushover. Virgil Ortiz a tough ass motherfucking fighter. 140 and 20, Olympian and all that kind of shit. We need to give him props. No matter who you go for. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way it should be, man. D-Lo said Lamont beat Danny Garcia, but boxing had plans for Danny Garcia. I thought that it could have been a draw. I thought that Danny Garcia won the first half and Lamont Peterson won the second half. But like I said, I wish Lamont Peterson would have came out and fought his fight. You know what I'm saying? Lala D said, Trex, we're going to need you to aim for top 3. What you see next to my name? Don't you see a gold and a silver? That means I won first and I won second another time. I also got a top 4 finish. I've been taking this shit seriously for since season 10, and we are in season 15. I got 1 finish outside the top 10. That was number 13. 1 time, but every other time I done at least been top 10. And I got 3 where I'm top 5. Number 4, number 2, and number 1. I've been representing. Halfler Tight said, I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. The facts are simple. Taylor had better opponents to get undisputed. Never said he didn't. I said since getting undisputed, he has looked like shit. All right. He said, I fight 1 fight in over a year, and he arguably lost. Crawford has 7 knockouts, so it's simple. Since undisputed, Crawford has looked spectacular, and Taylor has 1 crappy fight. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, but my only thing is that when you was talking, you made it seem like it was a sole Taylor thing. Like he the only motherfucker that won undisputed and didn't do anything with it. That's why I brought up Crawford, because he won his undisputed and immediately moved up to the next weight class. I never talked about who was the best fighter and all that kind of stuff. They ain't got nothing to do with it. But that still don't take what I'm saying off the table. I want some of that haplotype smoke. I'm trying to smoke me a haplotype pack. That's what I want. I'm trying to put your ass in the motherfucking grinder and put you in the goddamn vaporizer. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, we got all of this going back and forth for years and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, bro. I like you a lot. Like I fuck with you. You already know that. But I want that haplotype pack. That's what I want. Lala DC, she trying to ride with you and shit. Cause she know how I am. So she trying to go over there and ride with you and protect you and all that kind of shit. Yeah, go ahead and help him out, Lala D. You can get your ass back up in there too. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's like pulling teeth for Lala D to make picks. She don't never want to make her picks. Half of the time said, I mean, I happen to type my boy Hip Hop number one said Taylor would not be underestimating Teofimo Lopez like he did Catterall. He knows this is a very competitive fight, and they're also pride on the line. They don't like each other. All right. I think I agree with you on that. I still think I'm leaning towards Teofimo Lopez in that fight, though. You know what I'm saying? I just think this a tough spot for Josh Taylor. I'm leaning toward Lopez. Pagos Bill said, I'll give credit. All right, Byron Bradley said, I was so wrong, y'all. Mean Machine beat David Avanesian by knockout. Sorry. We know a little bit about the background of Mean Machine. Mean Machine had over 300 amateur fights, too. So he deserved credit on that. He ain't just no pushover motherfucker. That's one of the better wins for Crawford. He went out there and stopped the guy. A naturally strong welterweight, too. You see what happened when he fought that Michael Fox. He had Fox ass in emergency mode, and the Fox brothers are both very tough. And Crawford went out there and stopped him. We give him credit on that. Ain't gonna take away. Haplotype said Trey is definitely a force to be reckoned with when it comes to boxing. I respect, bro, but I think points. Come on, man. I'm not on that, bro. I don't want to talk nice to each other, man. Like, damn, I respect you, bro. That's why we've been fucking with each other for like 5 years now. I done been all on your channel. I done learned about Benny Leonard on your channel and all kind of stuff, man. We know this. But I want to whoop your ass. That's just all it is. I just want to put these paws on you, man. Damn. This man talking about respect, bro. Trey is a force to be. I don't want to hear that, man. I want to stomp a mud hole in. But shit, we've been on for a while. Marlo, if you want to go into the fights this weekend, we can. If not, I'll run through the little old rankings real quick and we can shut it down. It depends on how you feel.
Shit, we can run through a few.
You want to run through the fights?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up the fights then. Shit, I've been over here running my mouth. So we got a showbox card this Friday. I love them showbox cards too because they be so competitive. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to see the youngsters early. But we got Shannar Bunch versus Brian Flores. That's going to be a pretty decent fight. Shannar Bunch got over 400 amateur fights and shit. And Brian Flores is very tough, man. He come forward, throw a bunch of punches. Got some pretty decent power. Got a nice left hook to the body. We're going to see if Shannar Bunch going to be able to outbox this guy. Shannar Bunch, his last fight he had against Hank Lundy, Hammer Hank Lundy. He went out there and took care of Lundy, but Lundy dropped him in the fight, though. Hit him with like a counter right hand or something like that. Yeah, he had him out there looking kind of raggedy. So let's see what Shannar Bunch going to do with Flores. I think that's the main fight of that card. We also got Jai Brown against Guido Schramm or some shit like that. Both those guys got an amateur background. So that's going to be an interesting one, too. Also, that Raul Garcia versus Robert Terry. Like, all three fights that's on that card are going to be good. So then we got the Kenshiro Taraji fight. That's going to be in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. He was supposed to be fighting against La Bomba, Jonathan Gonzalez, but he had to pull out the fight because he got the flu or something like that. So he got a replacement opponent, this guy, Anthony Alasquaga. He from California. He got like 21 amateur fights and shit, but if you read about him, they'll say that he was an amateur standout. Me personally, I don't really know how you become an amateur standout with only 21 fights and you ain't won nothing. Like, you ain't won no Olympic medal or nothing, so I don't really understand that. But I'm expecting Taraji to beat him 58-16. He's from Japan. They fighting in Japan. This guy, Taraji, Alasquaga, he ain't never fought around the world. Like, this is his first time fighting abroad. And he got to go fight the damn champion on short notice. I think that I got to take, I ain't trying to give out all my motherfucking picks and shit. Let me shut the fuck up. Takomi Inoue, that's Inoue little brother. He fighting this weekend. Kiko Martinez is coming back this weekend for a decent fight. Murajan Akhmadaliyev, he going against Marlon Tapales. That's going to be a real good fight. I got a lot of respect for Akhmadaliyev. The motherfucker got over 300 amateur fights. See, he a bad motherfucker. We also got the return of Jesse Bound Rodriguez. That's going to be a good one. I think he going back down and wait for this fight. He been fighting at 115. I think he going back down to 112 or something like that against Christian Gonzalez. Hell, it might be 108. Hell, I got to go check the weights. I ain't going to lie, man. I don't know what the fuck flyweight is. What is that, 108 or is it 112? One of them. So then look, we got Raymond Ford going against Jesse Magdaleno. That's gonna be a very good fight. Magdaleno coming off a layoff though, but he only been stopped one time. That was against fucking Dog Bay. And Ford, he coming off a stoppage win. He actually stopped a guy that never been stopped before in his last fight. He looked very impressive. But this is Southpaw on Southpaw, and it's gonna be a very good fight. Thomas Matisse is coming back again. He fighting the undefeated guy Ramiro Censina. That's gonna be a good one. Israel Madrimov is coming back. Like I literally never seen a lineup like this before, y'all. We got Israel Madrimov. He coming back against Rafael Igbakwe. Shakur Stevenson is fighting Shishiro Yoshino. That's the dude that beat Yoshiyoshi Nakatani in his last fight. I think he stopped him. Yeah, I think he stopped him in like 7 rounds. This dude ain't no joke. Shakur Stevenson, he should go out there and outbox him and outpoint him and beat him, but he might have a fight on his hands though, because this guy, he real tough and physical. He come forward. Then we got Jared Anderson versus George Arias, the battle of 2 undefeated guys. George Arias only got like 20 amateur fights though, going against Jared Anderson. Keyshawn Davis going against Anthony Can You Dig It Yidget. We got a 4.5 going against a 4. We got a 4.5 going against a bona fide 4.5. And Keyshawn Davis is bona fide because he won silver at the AIBAs and he won silver at the Olympics. So that's going to be a good one too. Sebastian Fundora fighting against Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza is the dude that knocked out Banana. What's Banana real name? Shit, I can't think of his real name. But he moved up to 160 and he fought this guy Brian Mendoza and got his ass whooped. I think he got knocked out. But yeah, he got a little amateur background. He about to fight Sebastian Fundora. Then we got Brandon Lee. This is kind of like a step-up fight, if I'm not mistaken, against Pedro Campa. That's the dude that got stopped in 7 rounds in his last fight against Teofimo Lopez. Then we got Luis Nunez versus. Go ahead.
His name Rosario.
Yeah. Jason Rosario. Appreciate that. Then we got Luis Nunez versus Christian Olivo. I'm just running through this shit real quick, bro, because I know that you got to get off and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to run through this shit. Gabriel Maestre going against Devin Alexander. Of course, Devin Alexander hasn't been active. The motherfucker ain't fought since like, 2021 or something like that. This is a tough spot for him to be in. He about to come back and fight somebody with a deep amateur background. So let's see how that's going to go. And then we got Frank Sanchez. He going out there fighting a bum for the most part. I mean, I hate to call the man a bum, but goddamn, man. You're 20-10 and you'd have been knocked out like 9 times. Shit, it's hard for me not to think you're a bum and you got 10 losses. You'd have been knocked out 9 times. But to his credit, it ain't like he was fighting bad fighters. He been fighting pretty decent guys and get knocked out. But I definitely think Frank Sanchez is about to come knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? For real. So let me look at the rankings real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and shut it down and get up out of here. We ain't going to leave without talking about the ranking. Where the fuck the rankings at? I know you had posted that shit. Here it is right here. Okay, so last week, OG Mike Hennigan came in 54th place, had 45 points. Right above him is a good man to be above him. That's Rob Day. That's somebody that been at the top, and he had a bad week last week, and he let Trey X catch up to him. He had 60 points. Moody Trayweather, goddamn, Moody Trayweather had 60 points, man. Chris Lake, he another one of them dudes that was up there pretty good, and the mighty have fallen. Miss Geneva Warren only had 65 points last week. I still consider her the number 1 woman in the game when it comes to this boxing shit. She be kicking ass in that Champ Ross every motherfucking season. She be top 5 every season. Every season, this woman is top 5. She had 65. Who was tied with her? Winston Lee. Winston Lee, I need to invite Winston Lee to come judge fights with us sometime. Winston Lee, I think he got a knack for judging fights. He pretty good. Michael Jerzik was down there too. He in 40th place. Look at D-Lo. Had 70 points. He in 33rd place. Went out there and got his ass whooped by Gil Coles. Gil Coles had 75 points. I thought he had 80. I tried to do a recount, but when I went back and did the recount, he had 75, so I had it wrong. I tried to get him them points back. He was tied up with MZ. MZ is doing a lot better. A lot better. I expect big things from MZ next season. I think MZ gonna probably be top 20 at least. Derek Bailey had 80. He going against Joseph Brown this week. We got a few matchups this week. We got tall people versus short people this week too. We about to stomp a mud hole in their ass. Nick Harmer, he was tied up with me this week. Marlo too. Me, Marlo, and Nick Harmer. We all 3 P's in the pile with 87 points. We was in 6th place. Napoleon beat us with 92 points. He was in 5th place. Toby Barley did good. He had 2 bonuses and got 4th place. And then they had some people that picked the right fighter in every fight, and they got a 10-point bonus, and they got them at the top. So salute to them. They did a great job on that shit. They picked a winner in every fight. So then we go to the overall standing. Since Lala D in the building, we're going to start with her. She's number 62 with 192 points because she dropped out. I know she probably mad at me for saying that. Tone Bangers, often here with all them proclamations and claims and predictions and shit, he number 61. OG Mike Hennigan above him at number 59. But, he got in late, so we're gonna cut him some slack. I'm going to scroll up. Pecos Bill, number 50 on the dot. This is a big week right here. He might pick up some ground. Let's see if he can catch up to number 48. Let's see if he can make 48. Let me scroll up some. J1 Pro, number 42, 901. Winston Lee, number 40, 911. Let me scroll up. Marlo, he at number 35, 964. He missed the whole week, though. He potentially could be like at number 25 or something like that with 100 more points. That would have him tied up with Rod X the champ. Moody Trayweather, number 34. This is first season. 980 points. Eric R., number 33, 10, 12. Warzone, number 31, 10, 37. Champ Ross, number 30, 10, 38. We need the owner of the league to step his game up. That's what we need. Gil Coles at number 26. Hold on. Charles D, number 27. He be talking that shit to me too. And he number 27. We might need him to be quiet. And then Gil Coles, number 26. I know he gonna say a strong 26. So we're gonna say Gil Coles a strong 26. Rod X the champ went out there and put his ass in the backwood. Gil Coles was ranked ahead of him, but he let Rod X the champ go out there and pass him up. And then D-Lo is right above Rod X. So this week we got D-Lo going against Rod X the champ. Let's see how that's gonna go. And then I scroll up, I got Yasser. This ain't really the real list because Yasser really is at number 18 because Yasser had got fucked out of 5 points, and I got him a recount last week. So he actually a little higher than this. But on this list, he number 20, but he really tied for 18. Well, I got him going against Gil Coles this week. So that's gonna be a good matchup. My boy Napoleon, number 16, but he ain't really a 16 type dude. Like he done missed picks and everything, and he's still at number 16. He had a lot of shit going on in his personal life. You know what I'm saying? He talked about it last time he came. I ain't gonna get off into it again, but Napoleon a bad man, and Napoleon is going against me this week. Yeah, I've been putting him out there against Eric R. I put him out there against Rod X. I told his ass, you got to step up fight this week. Because I ain't no Rod X. I ain't no motherfucking Eric R. Yeah. Got you a motherfucking step up fight this week, sir. We about to see how this shit gonna go. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Yeah, that's what you going against this week, nigga. That's my boy though. We actually on the same team this week too. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So salute to Mark James Knowles, that's a former champion. Michael Jerzik, salute to him, that's a former champion. They tied for 14. Let me scroll up. Rob Day doing very well. I don't know him, but he been up in the mix. Him and Chris Lace, but I went out there and fetched them because they was in front of me, right? But now they behind me. Who at number 8? That'll be Trey X. I'm at 1169. Joe Stunner, he in front of me by 6 points. Jesse Aguilar in front of me by 10 points. I fuck with Jesse Aguilar too. He ain't even came back ever since I went out there and stomped the mud hole in it. Maybe I need to quit doing that shit. Maybe I need to quit challenging people because that might make us lose subscribers. Them motherfuckers come get their ass whooped and don't want to come no more. But I got respect for Jesse Aguilar. You're a real good guy. He a good competitor. You know what I'm saying? I can just tell he like a nice guy. He don't like all that shit talking and fucking with him and bullying him. He don't like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But salute to Jesse Aguilar. And then above him, who is this at number 5? That'll be Geneva Warren. That's why I say she's the top woman in the game. Ain't nobody fucking with this woman, man. This woman is swimming with killers every motherfucking season, and she is making her presence felt. Like, I got to give her props on that, man. She be beating me. Hell, she beat me right now. She ahead of me by 15 points. She probably ain't going to be beating me after this week, but she still beating me right now. But I got to go take her down. You know, I got respect for her, but I got to go out there and slay a dragon. A female dragon, a lady dragon, but I still got to slay a dragon, though. Derek Bailey, the man that's been studying my style, I can tell. I turned my picks in on Chan Rossi over there studying the footnotes. He at number 4 with 1197. He is 40, what is that? 37 points away from first. So he got like a slight outside chance of winning this time. And then in front of him is Joseph Brown. I got Joseph Brown and Derek Bailey going against each other this week too. Joseph Brown is 21 points away from first. Let's see what kind of grit he got. Let's see if he can come through in the clutch and take down Nick Harmon. I did. When I won season 10, that's where I was going head to head with. It was Trey X versus Nick Harmon. Who came out on top? That'll be Trey X. You know what I'm talking about? And George Hall, he done put up a very good season. He number 2. But I knew he was gonna fall because he got too many killers around him. And he ain't got no experience at this level. You know what I'm saying? And then my man Nick Harmon, he number 1. Old man Harmon. I knew that when they started letting him get close, it was a problem. Nick Harmon is a monster. He's a former champion. He done won second place. He done been top 5 a few times. That's a dangerous guy to let hang around. You got to slam the door on his motherfucking ass. You can't let him just hang around. Now look at him. He done hung around. Now he in the fucking lead. So I need Joseph Brown to go out there and handle that business. He 21 points behind. I don't want to put too much pressure on Derek Bailey because he got to make up down there 40 points in 1 week. But he got a chance. If Derek Bailey go get first place and Nick Harmon, if he have a bad week, you can make up 40 points in 1 week, especially when you got 20 fights. I ain't got a shot to make up my shit, man. I'm behind by too many motherfucking points. I'm 65 points behind, so I can't win this season.
Hey, don't forget about the KO on the stat tracker now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to get to that too. We got the knockouts. Joseph Brown is on top of the charts with the knockouts. Joseph Brown had an outstanding season. He got 8 fucking knockouts, and that's one reason why he in the mix to win it all. I'm terrible with knockouts. I only got 3, but I'm routinely terrible though. So I can't even feel bad about it because I'm trash every season when it comes to the knockouts. I do a little better with the decisions, but Marlo is on top of the league with the decisions. We was tied up last season, and I said it was a fluke because I felt like I let him back in. So Marlo said, okay, let me show you something. Watch this. He came back this season and got up there again on my motherfucking ass. He on top of the charts, and it looked like he gonna win first place. But he do got Melinda Lewis Reinhardt, and he got Derek Bailey nipping on his heels. You know what I'm saying? Derek Bailey got 6. So, you know, you got some threats. So look, we got a team battle coming up this week because Pecos Bill, that's MZ Talk Boxing, he been talking shit, talking about us short people and all that kind of stuff. So I said, let's get short people versus tall people then. So they got their team, we got our team. The tall team is MZ Talk Boxing, Joseph Brown, and Gil Coles. That's the tall team. They going against me, Napoleon Armstrong, and Derek Bailey. Yeah, let's see how this shit about to go. And then look, OG Mike Hennigan, he want to bet on the tall team because he want to support MZ. That's the OG. So he bet Yasser $25. Yasser jumped on that shit quick in the motherfucker. I saw him when he was about to jump on it because I seen when Mike Hennigan, he left his message talking about, I got $25 on the OG. And then all of a sudden, I seen Yasser pop up. I said, watch Yasser ask about this bet. Yasser talking about, shit, what you talking about then? Whoever lose got to donate to the corner? Bet. And shit, they made that bet. And definitely appreciate them because hell, whoever win the bet, they gonna the loser got to donate to our channel. So I appreciate that shit. And that is something that our subscribers routinely do for us, man. Y'all, our subscribers show us a bunch of motherfucking love. Like, that's all day. Especially the family that we consider block fam and be all on Discord and all that kind of shit, man. Them motherfuckers be holding us down. Like, I can't do nothing but appreciate y'all. MZ like my motherfucking uncle. MZ like, I see MZ like an uncle, man. I see Ernest Davis like an uncle too. Shit, I respect all the OGs, but I got love for them too. And MZ be showing me all kind of love, man. If a motherfucker fuck with MZ, I'm mad. You fuck with MZ, I don't fuck with you. All day. You fuck with MZ, I do not fuck with you. All right, let me jump back up in the chat a little bit. I'm gonna read these, and then we're gonna go and get up out of here. Lala D goes, okay, she talking to Marlo. Hold on, let me scroll up some more. Well, man, y'all been down here doing a bunch of talking when I was over there. Okay, okay, let me start right here. Hold on, let me start with Hyphy. Hell, I had to scroll up quite a bit. Y'all motherfuckers been typing y'all ass off. Okay, Lala D said she gonna come back. Okay, that's when Haplotype was saying all that nice stuff and shit. I ain't on that though, bro. I just want to whoop your ass. But if you beat me though, I ain't gonna do nothing but give you respect in your props. You know what I'm saying? Lala D said, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Ross. Said, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in Marlo. Damn. She said she gonna stomp a mud hole in Marlo. Hip Hop number one said Avenesian beat a very frustrating boxer here in the UK called Josh Kelly. He did. I give him props on that. Josh Kelly is an Olympian. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Josh Kelly is also a fighter that lost to Daniel Yella Usanov when he went on that run and he won his Olympic gold medal. So we got respect for Josh Kelly. You know what I'm saying? That's a good win for Avenesian. Hip Hop number one said he is similar to Caleb Plant, lacks power, good skills, but his stamina leaves a lot to be desired. Poor version of Plant. Pecos Bill said, beat like EJ going to do crawfish. Hyvee said, anyone here claiming to be a boxing fan should be rushing to watch Kenshiro Taraji fight this weekend. You know I'm gonna be up with you. Like, I talk shit to Hyphy, man. Hyphy is actually one of my favorite people in the fucking community because I can count on him to watch the fights. That motherfucker gonna get up and watch it. I don't give a damn if it's Australia. I don't give a damn if it's Japan. Hyphy gonna get up and watch them fights. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Hyphy, man. We gonna be on it. Haplotype said, how does it work, Trey, if someone comes in the middle of the season? Is it still possible to win? No, it's not possible to win, but it will be good for you to get your feet wet. And then after this week, we're gonna start the next season. The seasons are 12 rounds, 12 weeks. So the very next season is gonna start after this week. So you coming at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Perfect time. Haplotype said, kidding. Trey is one of the best. Yeah, I know I'm one of the best, bro. I don't want no compliments right now, though. I want competition over compliments. Hip Hop number one said that's gonna be a good test for four. Oh yeah, absolutely. Shit, that's a fight that he might lose on the cool. Magdaleno ain't no joke, man. He got the amateur background and everything. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype said, okay, Marlon, I'm gonna try to get it working with my remedial ass. It's not hard, bro. Just post your pics. Like, you gonna see what other people doing theirs too. Just post your pics and I'm gonna take a screenshot and get it straight to Chan Ross for you. Hell, I might never mind. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Big Boys Boxing says, see, Top Rank trying to build up George Arias as Anderson's toughest test yet. He ain't fought nobody. And he don't have a deep amateur background either. I actually thought he did, but when I looked, he only got like 20 fights. Big Boys Boxing said Anderson going to eat that midget alive. Haplotype said, I still read books and shit living in the Stone Age. I mean, I read books too. It's just, it don't be physical copy books. I do have a few books that's like actual physical books that I done read, but for the most part, it'd be like on Kindle. Byron Bradley said he's a bump. Haplotype said, yeah, what the fuck is with this weather? Okay, talking to Hyphy. Get out y'all business. Byron Bradley say somebody on it. Pecos Bill said, we're about to beat this short team all over the place. We still family, though. Yeah, we all gonna shake hands when it's all said and done. I'm just telling y'all, don't take this ass whooping personally, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if we just look at the team, let's break it down. That's why when I made the teams, I asked everybody, I said, is this a fair matchup? Because I just wanted to make sure that y'all thought it was fair. Okay, we got Gil Coles. He ranked like number 25, 26. I think he ranked number 26. We got Pecos Bill ranked number 50. And then they got their star player, Joseph Brown. He ranked number 3. That's their star player. He going up against Derek Bailey, that's ranked like number 4. Trey X, that's ranked number 8. And Napoleon, that's ranked number 16, but he done won 3rd place before. That's a mismatch. I'm sorry, it's a mismatch. Hip Hop number 1 said Ford the Magdaleno fight is much more interesting. That's a hell of a fight. Big Boys Boxing said, I want to see Anderson versus Wardley. Anderson versus Wardley? Shit, we got a 3.5 going against a 0, basically. Wardley don't really have that background, man. I definitely got to take Anderson. But the Ford and Magdaleno fight is interesting because Ford, I thought that when he fought against Edward Vasquez, I thought Vasquez got robbed in that fight. I thought he beat Ford. So I'm definitely interested to see how Ford gonna move going forward. Haplotype, okay, talking a lot. Let me get out your business. Scroll down. Pecos Bill said, I'm going top 5. All right, top 5, dead or alive. Haplotype said, damn, my godson just got shot in Lyman Park or something like that. Oh, shit. Say he's in the ambulance. Damn. Yeah, I hope he all right, man. Swear I've been. I hope he all right. Big Boys Boxing said, don't forget to hit the like button. Got a roll. Peace, man. Appreciate you coming through, big boy. Yeah, I hope your nephew all right, bro. Rod S. the champ said, one of these days, Tregs, I'm gonna put you in the bag. Well, you gonna put me in the bag with. Hey, man, let me tell you something. If y'all notice, whenever I go against people, I only go against the people that's a threat. I ain't gonna go against you. I went against the guy that beat you. You know what I'm saying? I'm 1-1 so far, and I don't. Both my opponents have been in the top 10. I went against Jesse Aguilar and beat his ass by 20. Then I lost last week real bad to Derek Bailey. I went out there and got a mud hole stomped in my ass by Derek Bailey. I ain't gonna lie. Derek Bailey took all my momentum. He sent my ass to the back of the bus on the top 10. I got my ass beat. He beat me by like 25 points. And then yeah, so that's the type of competition that I go against. I go against the best. I don't go against nobody ranked in the motherfucking 30s or nobody ranked in the 20s. You know who I am? Trey Eggs, nigga. Hip Hop number 1 said sending prayers to Haplotype. Absolutely. Lala D said Trey, true Trey, you trash with the knockouts. I am trash with the knockouts. I can admit that. I'm not gonna even lie to you. The meal ticket, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who is that? What's your name used to be? Say salute family, bless up to the chat. Who is that?
No, that's the meal ticket. He good. That's the fam.
Okay.
On this channel. That's the meal ticket. Salute, bro. What's happening?
Okay, I ain't never seen that name before. Salute to you. Hip Hop number 1 said, thanks for keeping us entertained tonight in MARLO'S Corner on a goddamn Monday. Appreciate it. We'll tune in this weekend. Always a great community. Absolutely. We need to get you in there too, Hip Hop number 1. You ain't banned from this crow in this competition. I know hey man, I fuck with Hip Hop number 1. I consider him like a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because we were rocking and we were serving that crow. But yeah, you can get up in this competition too. Yeah, I ain't barring nobody. Friend or foe, no friends or homies. I whoop your ass, you are Richard Comey. Salute the preach, man. D-Lo said, prayers for the youngster. Absolutely prayers for the youngster, man. Pecos Bill said, we ready for the upset, goddamn. Y'all are 5-1 favorite, man. That's what I said to I said, man. We minus 500 and y'all plus 350. That's a bad sign. But we gonna go Hip Hop number 1 say, yeah, I need to work out how to get in the competition. Yeah. I'm gonna say it one more time. Go to our community wall. I'm gonna slide over here right now. So look, this week, for example, you go to the community section, then you scroll down. Then you're gonna see some shit like this. Marlo's got a post that say, season 15, week 12 fight schedule. Please select all fights to accumulate most points possible. Make sure to send in picks by Friday deadline. 20 picks to pick from. Final week of the season. So look, that's going to have all the list of all the fights. So you scroll down and you see all the fights, right? So then you go to the comment section. In the comment section, you make your picks of the fights. For example, let's say, let me find one that's gonna be pretty straightforward because I ain't trying to give out no information. Let's say Jared Anderson. I'm pretty sure most people picking Jared Anderson by knockout. He literally has 100% knockout percentage. So what you would do is you would write down Anderson, because that's the guy that you picking, then put knockout and pick the round that he gonna knock him out. So if you feel like he gonna knock him out in 6, put KO 6, and that's your pick. If it's another fight that you feel like, let's say Shakur Stevenson, you feel like he gonna win by decision, put Stevenson and then pick either MD or SD. Don't put UD for unanimous decision because you're trying to get the bonus points. That don't do nothing for you. So just put SD or MD as your decision, and that's your pick. And do that for all the fights. I come through every now and then, like sporadically, and I check to see if anybody left picks. And when I see that somebody left picks, I take a screenshot and I shoot that shit to Sean Ross. And then boom, you in the competition. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you got to do, man. It's real easy. And I got you. And like I said, after this week, we're going to start the very next season. It's going to be season 16 after this week. So this is a great time to get in. And plus the boxing is starting to heat up. Like not last week, but the week before, we literally had 4 fight cards. We had a 22 fight schedule. And this week we got a bunch of fight cards too. This is the most stacked schedule that I've seen since we've been doing this shit. So you coming at a good time. I'm gonna read the last. Okay, red prayer over there. Hip hop number 1 said y'all got read that. Hip hop number 1 said if I lose, don't serve me no crow. Now it's all good. I'm gonna talk a little shit. That's just what we doing. You know, we just having fun with it, but it's all good. He said we'll check for that piece. I appreciate you coming through. So look, man, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. How has my audio been today? Have I still been going in and out, bro?
Nah, you ain't went out since last time we talked.
All right, man. I just be so goddamn scared to be doing the damn trivia and shit. I keep on promising it, but my damn audio, it just ain't consistent. But it's been good since I adjusted it. So we might try to do that shit. I don't know. But I also might try to save my strength for fight calling this weekend because we got some fights this weekend that I want to call. Especially we got Shakur Stevenson fighting this weekend. We got a Sebastian Fundora fight this weekend. Before we go, just a quick little vote. Quick vote, real quick. What fight card are y'all more interested in? Are y'all interested in Shakur Stevenson or y'all interested in Sebastian Fundora versus Brian Mendoza? Which one is more interesting to y'all? Just real quick before y'all leave. Lala D say great chat. Appreciate you coming through. Say ciao. Hip hop number 1 say have a good night. Much respect. Lala D say call Shakur and Anderson. So that's more interesting to her. And she seemed like she's the only person that's saying something. So it might be going once, going twice. We calling Shakur Stevenson and Big Baby Anderson. All right, well then, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. We definitely gonna be on a fight call this weekend if we don't do something before then. I ain't gonna make no promises that I end up breaking. You know what I'm saying? But I really do want my audio to be stable to where I can do what I want to do and I ain't gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. Salute to everybody. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Yeah, most definitely. It's always love and fun, man. Chopping it up with y'all about the sport. You know what I'm saying? That we rocking with. Shit. Sharing y'all opinions, man. Appreciate y'all opinions. Appreciate y'all support. Man, much love to everybody that's members to the channel, man, that stay supporting us, man. That's definitely appreciated. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. The fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.
Yeah.